Morning, Zosboy here, and welcome back to RoadCraft for what is live stream number 56 as we continue our journey through the game. Good morning, hope your week is going well. We're back today for 3.5 hours as we continue on from where we left off in the last stream of RoadCraft. Now, I say last stream, it's been a while. In fact, I've just double checked, and it's the 11th of December was the last time we were live at RoadCraft, mainly because we had some issues coming up to Christmas, and we couldn't stream some days, and yeah, it just got a bit messy, but we're back today. RoadCraft continues. We're on the final DLC map, which is Washout, and we began this in our last stream of RoadCraft, so we're very early on in this new map. I think we started that stream as our first thing, because I think we finished the last one stream before, so it was a brand new stream with a brand new map. I've left this screen up at the minute just because it shows the new patch notes that came in recently. We'll have a quick look at those in a second. After I've done everything else I need to do for YouTube first. But yeah, so it's been a while. Frustratingly, it's been a while, to be fair. We began work in final map. I'm just looking at my notes. We overcome the lack of bridges with bridge layers before delivering equipment, clearing the dam and building some roads. That was where we left off according to my notes. We'll have a proper look in a minute. Now, the roadmap for RoadCraft, they have come out and done a roadmap. We are due more DLC in March this year. There we go. Just checking sound and all that other good stuff. Yeah, so we are due DLC in March, which will include a new map or two. I think it's 2, to be fair. We have talked about having a look at some modded maps when we finally finish the base game. So that is something we are thinking about doing. But obviously that will wait until we've actually finished. That's the thing. But yeah, that's something we are looking at, modded maps, when we finish this. But we're not 100% sure at this point. We'll see how we go. We've thoroughly enjoyed the game. I think it would be quite good to look at some modded maps. So we don't generally do. We don't add mods to stuff. We don't generally bother with that kind of stuff. So I think it'd be quite nice to actually have a look at some modded maps. I'm not too fussed about vehicles and stuff, but actual maps themselves, I think, maybe worth looking at and see how we get on. But we'll play it by ear. It's going to take us a good couple of weeks probably to finish this map anyway. The maps, I'm not going to say they're difficult, but they're not quick to finish either. That's the thing. So it's one of those. Thank you for the like, much appreciated. Right, I think I'm all done with my stuff. So let's see what the little boy is. While I'm letting that do its thing, patch notes. So these new vehicles were added previously, and then there was a critical issue with the game once they were added, so they took them back away again. This is part of the forestry update they did a little while back, I think in November. But yeah, once they were added, it messed up some save files, so they actually took them away again afterwards, and now they're officially back. So I'm just checking on what boy is on the map. So there's a new Don 70C Malamute scout vehicle with a trailer. The previous scout vehicle with a trailer, I don't know which vehicle it is. It's rubbish. The Aramatsu Forester Neo Log Forwarder, again, probably not something we're going to use very often. Log Forwarders are one of those that I've not really found a proper use for. The MTK Lesserob 2006, I'm guessing that's a tree cutter, because I'm sure they're meant to add one. You can now turn weather option on and off. Again, we'll just leave it on. I'm not fussed about that. Steering wheel has been added. A couple of fixes, controls. Yeah, nothing really else to worry about. Mainly vehicles was my thinking, was what I wanted to look at. So 13% done on Washout as it stands. We've got hang on, I've clicked on the wrong one. That would help, wouldn't it? We've done 3 of 24 infrastructure requests, 5 of 32 main objectives, and 1 of 11 side objectives. As you can see, we can see the right-hand side of the map, and that's about it. So, lots more to see and do as of yet. But yeah, as I say, we'll have a look at these new vehicles. We will use them when we can. Obviously, if we don't need a tree cutting, we're not going to use it. But we'll have a look at them and see where we can use them. As I say, new DLC supposedly coming in March. And also new vehicles, I think, in March as well, along with the new maps. So it'll be interesting to see what's added. I'm glad they're still supporting the game. I'm glad there's more coming. It's just to see how it's all implemented, I think, more than anything else. Okay. Just let everything catch up quickly. The only thing I wish they didn't keep coming up was the hints. I don't know if I can turn them off somewhere. All the missions are going to quickly pop up and resort themselves out. So, by the looks of things in the last show, we finished. Oh, we haven't finished building the road. By the looks of things, we come close. By the looks of it, we put sand down, but there's no asphalt there. So I'm guessing asphalting is our next job. Admittedly, cannot remember exactly what we did previously because it's so long ago. But main objectives: repair the riverine oil well, which is down here. We need to deliver a vehicle and some objects down there. We'll explore the marshlands. One is there and one is there. And that's our main objectives. And as I retrieve the stuck fuel truck from there. That shouldn't be too bad. Find the private safe and return it to its owner. There's a private safe somewhere there. And establish the supply route to support the locals is what we're doing at the minute. I think we decided to do this first because this opens up the village here, which will then make it easier for us to find these two, the safe, and pull the vehicle out. I think that was the whole point. We make this good for us to use, makes our life easier. So this is the mission we're currently doing, and then we'll move to main mission, then side mission, and we'll do the usual stuff back and forth. The other thing I want to quickly look at while we're here is where's our nearest steel beam facility? Island base, garage. So I want to have a quick look at these new vehicles before we crack on, just to see what they're about. So this is the MTK Lesser Rub 2006 DLC vehicle. So if you don't own the Rebuild DLC, I don't think you get this, or you may have to pay separately for it. We got it as part of the season pass. So this is a harvester. It is a tree harvester, as we thought. It's basically a tractor with something stuck on the back of it, isn't it? Looking at that. Our favourite harvester so far has been the crayfish. This has got 5244. 5244. Let's see how that compares to the crayfish. Where is the crayfish? I'm just curious to how they compare. Where are you? Where is it? It's there. There we go. So 5244. So it's the exact same stats, stability, mobility, capability, and weight as the crayfish. It has the same size scanner as well. I think the crayfish just looks better, but we'll buy one and use it when we need to. This is the new forest log forwarder, I should say, log forwarder. The Aramatsu Forester Neo can lift 1 ton of weight and carry 15 tons of capacity. And to be fair, it's on tracks. That actually looks really cool. It does look very, very good. We may have to give that a go when we do some logging. We've had a few goes at different log forwarders, and some have been good, some have been horrendous to use. This one looks pretty good. That's something we'll have to look at. And there was one other DLC vehicle added, and that was the Aramatsu with trailer scout vehicle, wasn't it? Let's have a look where that is. So links. Where are you? There it is. The scout with trailer. It's a tiny trailer, admittedly. Very tiny trailer. It can carry 1 ton. What would you put in the back of that? Maybe the safe that we need to go and find, although we have to lift it in. Yeah. To be fair, the trailer doesn't matter so much, I don't think. Whereas the other scout vehicle trailer is a long flatbed trailer that isn't brilliant because the vehicle then can't pull it very well because of lack of power. Whereas this, I think it just is part of the vehicle more than anything else. I think the trailer, if anything, just adds to the actual vehicle design more than actually used for anything specific. Yeah, that might be something we'll have to use as well, I think. We do like using those different vehicles. Right, let's crack on to what we're doing first. Finish this road off. Now, where have we got with this? I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, we made this longer than it needed to be. So the road here, we've sanded it already. and I think that's all been flattened. Look at that as well. But I think we made this bigger than what it wanted us to. Let's go there and go there. Can I see? I'm trying to see where the road bit is. Oh, we also added this bit. Did we add this bit over here? Yes, we did. So we did all this as well to make our life a little bit easier. So the road itself, I think, was coming this way. But we also did an extension. So that goes to there. But we also added in this bit through here to allow us to be able to get from A to B a lot easier. I think that's correct. It's been such a long time. I'm trying my hardest to remember. It's so tricky. Let me just see if my little boy's actually got to school. Yesterday, he hadn't actually messaged me. Although he had, I just hadn't got it. Luckily I could see he was at school, so it didn't matter so much. Right. It does feel really alien considering it's been, as I say, since 11th of December, so we'll get back into it though. So yeah, we extended this road to make our lives easier. So this now runs all the way through here. Asphalt layer is here. So it's time to lay some asphalt on this new road layout that we've done. And then that's the road complete. So yeah, we made this a lot longer than it originally was intended, but it's just to make our life easier. Where are you going? We're going to wait for us, didn't we? So we'll get this laid out and then rolled, and then we'll have a look at what's next. Obviously, this is a side mission to building the road, and we'll move on to the main mission afterwards. I think this will enable us to do a lot more things easier. I think that's why we decided to do this, just because it gave us more ways of actually getting to places without getting stuck. Doesn't like the incline as much here. I don't like having big gaps between games because I then struggle to remember sometimes of what we've done. A lot of times I'm not too bad, but long periods can be an issue, depending on what else we've got going on. It's the same with the episodic content. Some of it I can remember everything we've been doing, it's not an issue, but then other things I struggle with. I'm trying to get episodic content back, but it's just a nightmare. Yesterday, best intentions, and just ended up falling asleep while recording, which obviously isn't good and messes up everything I've done, so I'm trying my best. It's just a nightmare. But we'll get there. Just hopefully it's quicker, sooner rather than later would be my hope. Not liking that. Have we made... Okay, that's fine. I thought we were too far to one side, but actually it's not too bad. Didn't like this turn here. Come on, turn to the right. I'm turning to the right now and it won't go anywhere. Doesn't like this turn here at all. It could be when the ground's a little bit uneven. It just wants to do its own thing, and you kind of need to allow it and then go back and try and fix your issue. So this isn't actually part of the road it wants us to build. This is an extension to it to make our lives easier. But 13% done in one stream is actually a decent percentage. But then I do reckon the percentage itself will slow down as you get further in, because the jobs then become more involved. So although it seems like a really good start, it can really slow down how much you're going to get done in 3.5 hours. Whoa, listen. Believe it or not, this is the best asphalter in the game as well. It just can be a nightmare to control sometimes. I think the other asphalt has the same issue. It has a mind of its own when it wants to. This is going to be a little bit awkward down here, I think, as well. Trying to straighten up a little bit. It doesn't matter if we miss a bit of asphalt on the sand, that doesn't matter so much, and leave some of the sand open. It's just the majority has to be on the sand so we can actually make it usable. But yeah, we must have felt that this was a big thing to do, because otherwise we wouldn't have spent this extra time making this extra road unless we really felt it was needed. But I can't remember our decision making at the time. That's the thing. But I'm trusting myself that I decided this was needed. Otherwise we wouldn't have done it. Right. Let's try and straighten this up. And then we're just going to roll this as well. And then that'll be job done. And so there is a mission for this as well, just not this part of the road. Come on, this is quite tight through here. Especially for something like this. It doesn't like me turning. Need to go left. If I turn left, it won't move. Come on, be good to me. Okay, I might have done it. There we go. Really did not like that turn. I'm gonna have to go back and just do this edge. Yeah, did not like that turn at all. But I'm looking forward to see what they bring out in March. I'm pretty sure it's March, unless obviously it's delayed or anything. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the new DLC coming in March from what I see on the roadmap. It'd be interesting to see what they add. And what new things they're going to have for the DLC maps. Because the previous DLC map for this one added a new thing with the barrels that are corroded and would break easily, and you get a bonus for delivering them 100% condition. That was the first map to do that. So it'd be interesting to see what else they add in. Because that's the thing, I think there's so much scope in this to actually add different things in to actually make the game not exciting, but more varied, so you don't feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again. There is so much scope, I think, for adding new stuff in. It just depends on how much they support it. And obviously they have a good history, the company that makes this, with SnowRunner, Mudrunner Expeditions, and which isn't liked by loads of people. But they have a good pedigree for supporting the map for games for long term. Look at SnowRunner for that. So I'm hoping they keep going and add quite a lot into this. I think they've just finished supporting, or finishing supporting Mudrunner Expeditions this year after it finishes its season 5. But they've still supported it long term, so I would like to think they'll support this long term as well. And I'm not really seeing any hate for it. I know some people it's not their kind of thing, they find it boring, I get that. But I'm not seeing a massive amount of hate for it though either. I think the only thing I've seen is people that just dislike the style of game, they find it boring. But then it's the same as people who enjoy playing, myself included, things like Farming Simulator. You know, we're the kind of people that are going to enjoy things like this, whereas others who want more action, first-person shooting kind of games, not going to be interested. Which is fair enough, not everyone can like the same things. That's not what I want to press. That's what I was going to press. So yeah, I'm hoping they support it long term. I think we'll keep doing this on the channel as long as there's content to do. We'll keep having it on. That's the thing. Oh, for those that aren't aware as well, thank you for the like, very much appreciate whoever there was. Those that aren't aware as well, tonight 8 PM GMT, the vote for next main live stream game begins. It will begin. The game that wins will start as soon as we finish either Ghost of Yosai or finish with RoadCraft. This is the first of 2 votes. So the top 2 winning games of this vote and the next week's vote will then go head to head to decide who we have. The reason we're doing that, people have said there's not enough choice on the votes anymore. And it's because YouTube restricted the amount of choice on a vote from 6 options down to 4. So we're going to do 8 options, but it has to be 2 separate votes because of it. So keep an eye out for those. That will begin. We generally always vote Wednesday to Saturday, normally. So keep an eye out for that this evening. If there's games on the vote tonight that aren't your kind of thing, put in the comments what you'd like to see on the next vote, and we'll try and add what we can. Obviously, we try and keep it as varied as we can, as long as we have a good choice. But yeah, that will start tonight and next week as well, and then we'll have a final one to decide the winner. And hopefully, we don't finish this or get a bit stuck between that rock and the wall on this right-hand side here. We won't finish this or go to Yoto before we finish the boat, because that could be odd. That could be difficult to do. We have also got the new DLC for Avatar to have a look at some point. We've done everything else the game has to offer. We've done the base game and the DLC so far. It's really not liking that wall, is it? I think that's the issue, is it's that wall. It's catching on the edge and then turning us. I can't turn against it that easily. I think what we might need to do, give us one more try. And what I might have to do is put in the back end. No, might actually just get away with it here. Yeah, might just get away with this. I was going to have to go turn around and come back on myself. It's just I can't turn left because that right hand side is getting stuck. It's deactivated for a minute. We'll straighten up and put it back out. I think that will help us turn the other way. You know, asphalt was having mind of their own. Well, this one definitely decided today's the day to mess around. Right, we're nearly there though, and then we just got to roll it. So this is the actual road part for the mission itself. We've obviously done our extension to it, but this is the bit that actually matters in terms of the mission being complete. And this will be a mission complete, a side mission I should say complete, and also an infrastructure mission complete. That's the nice thing, is if you do a mission that involves infrastructure, you complete 2 at once, effectively. Yeah, so when we do some logging, we'll use the new log forwarder and the new tree cutter. We'll use the new ones the minute we need to do any more logging, and we'll see how we get on with those. Alright, that's the asphalt done. So those are all asphalt, and their extension through the hills here is done as well. Where is our roller? I'm assuming I brought it somewhere. It's there. There it is. Because we'd already built this road previously. Okay, let's get this rolled and done, and then that's job done, and we'll have a look at the next main mission. And this obviously gives us that more pathway to that village as well. There's 2 missions near the village: a safe to find and deliver back, and also a fuel truck to rescue. So we'll see which one of those we do first. I think the fuel truck's the main mission, so it might be that first. We'll have a proper look afterwards. We've got to get the rest of this all rolled and done. But yeah, let me know what you think of RoadCraft. I hope if you're playing it yourself, where are you in it? Have you added the new options? Because obviously when we started RoadCraft, you couldn't change difficulty, so you couldn't have fuel on, and you couldn't have damage on. Now you can, and the only way of us doing that would be restart the whole thing, and obviously that's not going to happen. Frustratingly, so we can't actually use that unless we do start a new game, which is not happening. So we're that far through. But if anyone's used them options, have they been added nicely, or is it a pain in the butt? My issue with damage would be we'd constantly damage stuff. That's the thing. There's so much debris in places. We would constantly damage vehicles and have to keep fixing them. I know what I'm like. The fuel thing kind of makes sense. I like that bit that we've added. It's just a shame we couldn't add it to a continued save. And obviously now you can turn weather on and off. That was one of the new patch notes we saw this morning. First thing we had a look at. So yeah, patch notes, the weather can now be stopped. I think a lot of people do complain there's too much rain. I don't mind it so much. The rain itself doesn't affect the environment. It's just the show, I would say. We've never noticed it start flooding anywhere or making grip worse or anything like that. It's a shame it doesn't. But the amount it rains, it would be a pain to do most things if it did. So in a way, I'm glad it doesn't. But also, it kind of takes away a little bit of the immersion, knowing the rain is not going to affect what you're doing. Although I'm getting a bit all over the place here. But that's not a rain issue, that's more of a me issue. Yeah, interesting when you guys vote for next main live stream game. We've still got lots to do in Ghost of Yotai, obviously, so we're nowhere near being done with Ghost of Yotai or anything. But I think we'll probably start after this more than Ghost of Yotai. Well, you know what's going to happen. Slope was always going to catch us out there. So yeah, I would fully expect us to start the next game after this more than Ghost of Yotai, depending, of course. Because if we have a look at modded maps after we finish this last DLC map, then it might be Ghost of Yotai, we'll do it afterwards. But yeah, episode content, I'm trying my best. I really want to get back. Obviously, we've got Metal Gear Solid 2 on the go at the minute. The worst thing with things like that is also, if we take ages to get back into it, the story itself becomes quite all over the place. That's the only downside to that. Yet I don't want to start Far Cry 6 yet until I've got the other episode of content back up and running properly. I don't really want to start something completely new, and I know we're due to do it as part of the franchise run, but it's just I don't want to say yeah we're doing it and then miss out on other stuff that we're in the middle of. You know, I need to get Wreckfest back up and running, although we don't have much to do in that career mode wise now. We are nearly done. And obviously SnowRunner, that's the other big one we need to get back up and going. It's just, I need to not fall asleep in the afternoons. I mean, I'm sitting there eating lunch and just dozing off. And then when you're actually recording, some games are worse than others, but like Wreckfest, you're recording and you're in the lead and I start getting drowsy and falling asleep. You know, the whole race gets ruined because I'm asleep. And I can still play. I've got a really amusing ability to still be able to play games while asleep. The other half doesn't understand it. Like when I'm on the laptop or say at weekends playing Football Manager or anything, she'll hear me asleep, which I'll be still clicking the mouse and doing stuff. And I do mess things up when I'm asleep and playing, but generally I can play while being asleep. Don't know how I've gained that ability, but it seems I have. She finds it amusing. But I've done it when recording as well, to be fair. I haven't left it in. I don't think it was noticed on some things. I'm actually asleep during the recording. I say asleep, it's not, you're not 100% fully deep sleep. I've just dozed off enough that I'm not aware of what I'm doing. But no one's ever picked up on it as far as I'm aware. Which is always quite amusing. Yeah, hopefully we get some of it up and running for next week. If you haven't seen it, but on the 5-year anniversary video we did, 10th of December last year, we said in that we were 200. Okay, so something just came from my door, and I'm like, what? Is my door open? Front door open? No, it was someone was posting something through the door, the letterbox. I wonder what it was then. I heard a noise out the corner. Yeah, we said we were 200 videos down on the year previous, all because of this drowsiness that came and started affecting us. And that's a lot, to be sure. You know, that's a big difference in what we've done previously to now. 200 is mad. It just shows how much it's affected things, though. If it affects YouTube, think about how it affects my life as well. That's the thing. The worst thing is falling asleep in public. That's always the worst thing. Especially when I'm standing up and stuff. but there's nothing I can do about it in a minute. It's one of those things. We have been told it's the medication that's doing it. Because of the painkillers and stuff are on there that strong. That's what's doing it. But I can't not have them. So it's one of those. Live with the drowsiness or live with the pain a lot worse than what it is. Okay, we might as well finish up this bit here because this will go green now. Mission complete, there we go. So that's now done. The road itself for the mission is done. Oh, okay, the mission has changed. So the mission has now added more to it than we first had. I'm just going to stop there for a second. So the mission was to build this road for the village. We've done that, and now the mission has moved on. And this happens to a lot of missions. It's not always the first thing. You only see part of the mission until that bit's done. We now need to establish a supply route to support the locals from the village. So what we'll do is we'll get this up and running because we're busy finishing off our other road that cuts through the forest, makes our life a bit easier to get around. We may as well set this up and have it running while we're busy doing the stuff. So let's have a look. Supply route. We're starting off from the New Street Tunnel, and we are going to the warehouse in the village. Is there a name to the village? There isn't, is there? Normally there's a name for these places. So it's basically the road we just built. So coming out of here, and then round. So we'll set this up now. As the road is all usable, we're just going to do the other bit. We've got to finish the asphalt there, or rolling the asphalt anyway. I probably should move my vehicles out the way. I think that should be alright actually. Make sure it's around this corner. And we have praised the AI driving in this. It does have its moments, admittedly. It's still some of the best AI driving we've seen in games, I think. They can take corners a bit quick sometimes and have a mind of their own. But actually, they're pretty good. Right, where is this going? Warehouse. Okay, it's over, all the way over there, right. So there's a bridge to use over here. We haven't done, I think this is mud. We haven't put anything here, have we? I'm a little bit concerned that that may not be a firm road, but it might be okay. We'll see how the vehicle does in it. It looks fairly firm, I will say that. But the more it's used, obviously, the more it will degrade, so that's something to be aware of. Right, there we go. That is now set. We'll dispatch that now. We'll crack on doing what we're doing while that is now running. And we'll see how it gets on. Obviously, if we need to come back and fix something, we'll come back and fix it. But I've got a feeling it should be fine. Right, we need to run back on ourselves up here. This join is a bit awkward, but I don't think that's going to change because one part of that was mission, one part wasn't. I think that's why the join is a bit iffy there. But it shouldn't affect anything. It'll just look a bit messy. I don't know if we put a bit of asphalt on it now, maybe that might fix it actually, I'm not sure. The problem is, it's not worth doing if we really need, unless we really need it. It might bug me enough that I go back and do it in due course. Whoa, okay. That's a bit of a steep hill. The roller knee didn't get up there. That's something to be aware of with some of the smaller vehicles, I think. Trying to get this rolled. Oh, you can see where down here we got a bit closer to the rocks on that right hand side. We did actually roll that bit. I don't mind sometimes if things look messy. It does annoy me if it's something that we can do something about easily. It's something like the bit down to join in the two roads. It's one of those things because one was missing and one's not, I think. And I don't even know if we lay more asphalt, that would fix it now. So that's the kind of thing that I'm not overly worried that we should go back and fix it immediately. Okay. Well, no issues on that route yet. We haven't had anything come up and say it's failed, so that's good. like to see. See some vehicles struggling with this route we've made. Obviously we've done this to make our life easy. You can definitely see some vehicles struggling with it. It's just because of the slopes, but there's nothing we can do about the slopes, that's the thing. Right, we're nearly back, and then we can have a look what's next. I think once that supply route's done, I think that will be mission complete. I can't see it being more than that. Sometimes it is, but it's very rare. There we go, mission complete. That road network is up and running. There's probably more delivery still to be done, and we'll get more rewards for doing so. We'll check that in a second. And then we'll have a look at our next main objective as well. That's the side mission. We'll try and do one after the other as much as we can. We've still got a lot more of this map to explore as well. We've only done one side of the map essentially. And we've got the new vehicles to try out when we do as well. It may even be a case, if we have to do something scout-wise, it may take a new scout of the trailer. Because I don't think the trailer itself is that usable. Personally, I think it's more for show. The size of it kind of tells me that, more than anything else. But we'll park this up here. That is job done. Our extra bit of road is done as well. We'll have a look at what the continuous rewards are for that infrastructure route, and then we'll have a look at missions. So this is the route that's operational. It's got to go one more time, I think. 2,100 XP, which we don't need with max level, and 15 tokens that we can use to call vehicles to places. It doesn't normally. It says like 5 trucks left and stuff. It doesn't. So I think it might only have to do it one more time potentially, and that's all rewards gained. Potentially. But we'll keep an eye on that. In fact, is there another one running on it already? Yeah, it's there. Okay, main missions then. The top one is repair the riverine oil well. Let's have a look at this then. So we need to deliver 2 objects to here. And we're picking them up from the warehouse. We don't know what size these objects are, but that's what's needed. And we've got a vehicle to deliver as well. This vehicle here needs delivering to there. I bet you we can't get through that way. No, it's probably not worth that risk. Infrastructure route complete. Yeah, it's finished. So we only had one more set of rewards to come, and that is now done. That route will continue. The vehicle will keep running, even though we've got no more rewards from it. It will keep running. So we've got a vehicle to deliver and 2 lots of goods. What's it say? To restart oil production, we need to repair every well in the region. Start with the riverine oil well located northwest of the Highland base. Transport electric motors and a truck loaded with fuel to the site, and our crew will handle the rest. Electric motors are what we need them. So we're picking these up from the warehouse up here, and then we're bringing them down to the oil well here. Now, I'm just looking at how we get there. We've got our bridge here that we put down with our bridge layer. Although, I don't think we need that, because we're going to come from up here, aren't we? So our road we just put through here is really going to be helpful now, because that will bring us down this way to there. Okay, so that doesn't seem too bad, does it? Actually, looking at that. So we need, I don't know how big these motors are. It's not going to really give us an idea. We're going to need something with a crane, obviously. Have we got anything out and about with a crane? I don't think we do. Not nearby to where that is anyway. What's that? Oh, that's our cable layer. Well, the Trailblazer, that'll do. It's already out. We'll use this. Trailblazer is nearby. So this needs to get to the warehouse to go and then pick up our stuff, and then we can deliver it. So we'll use our new road, head on round, and all the way to the warehouse, which is down here, to pick up what we need. Nice and simple. And then we'll drive the vehicle afterwards. I think that's the easiest way. We'll do the picking up bit first. See how this new road goes for the Trailblazer. I think that this new version of the mule is definitely my favourite small one of these. Obviously we've got the mule, we've got the Voron, and then we've now got this as a Trailblazer. I do prefer this one by far, and it's got the same stats as the Voron now. Although the only difference between the mule and the Voron, as standard, is 1 stability, I think it is, and that's it. So it's not that big a difference. But yeah, I definitely prefer this. I think the look of it as well makes a difference. I do like they've added different versions of the same vehicle that, you know, with different, visually different things. That's quite a nice little touch, to be fair. The only thing we're going to have to be careful of here with the warehouse is there is an infrastructure route ongoing that doesn't affect anything, but we may get in its way accidentally. If it doesn't, it fails, it's not an issue because it's already got all the rewards anyway. Whoa, okay. Thought that a little bit worse than I thought. Thought I'd just about avoided that. Sounded a little bit too early. Try it again, shall we? So we're going to have to pull these objects out, I'd say. They look to be undercover here. Obviously we've not really been in this bit properly and looked around, so let's see what we're going to deal with here. Yeah, they're under there. Can't really see them. Okay. Let's try and see how we're going to get to them. So what moves and what doesn't is the question here. Let's come back this way. There's a load of stuff in the way here. Oh, they're not big at all, by any stretch. Not big at all. Okay. Now, because I've not played this for a little while, I haven't used a crane in a while. This could get interesting. There we go, that's the first one. Okay, I may need to put anchors out. Okay, let's put anchors back in quickly. Only because I'm actually on something there. I'm going to traverse a little bit, I think. Just don't want that anchor going on that wooden block. There we go, that's what I was after. Right, these motors aren't very big. It's a case of getting them out of there, putting them on the back, and then we get these delivered. Definitely chose the right vehicle then, I think, because of the size of these. Sometimes we have scouted out how big something is first, so just so we know what we're dealing with. They're not too bad. There's one. Let's say it's been a little while since we used a crane, so we're going to make mistakes a bit, I think. Don't think we're close enough to it. Can I get any closer? Is that this foot extension, isn't it? Oh, I had it there. Come on, there you go. And obviously this is the first of I don't know how many oil wells yet. We haven't found the others. So there'll be a few of these I think we have to get back up and running. Not necessarily meaning we've got to do the same thing for each of them. I think there'll be a few of these to visit and sort out. There we go. Job done. Fold the crane, secure the vehicle, secure the merchandise, the motors. A few scrapped vehicles here that we can take if we needed to recycle anything as well. Some tyres that we can sell if we need to. So from here we're going to head, let's work out exactly where we're going. Yeah, so from here we're going to head back down out of the warehouse part, take a right at the village, and then come back on our newly laid road through the forest, and then from there come down here. No, come down this way, follow this round, until we come all the way down to the bridge that we previously cleared and come up. Oh, actually, no, that's wrong. Ignore the bridge. We're turning right here at the Old Street Tunnel, actually, and carrying on round this way. We'll figure it out. It's there somewhere. I could put markers down to know where to turn and stuff. I tend to just check the map when we need to be fair. Here comes the convoy vehicle. We'll avoid that. It will just ram us if we're in the way. I like the fact they keep going once we've already got all the rewards until we stop it in terms of not allowing it through. It will just keep running. And it makes the map feel more alive when you've got these vehicles moving to and from different areas. So I like the fact they keep going after all the rewards are gained. Downside to that is if you don't put a road down, the actual route they take will degrade over time because the more it's used, the more the obviously damage to the surface is done. And you can visibly see that, and it affects you when you try and use that route yourself. So there is a downside, but I do like the fact it makes the place feel alive with more vehicles around. Okay, this is why I think we made this road. It was just to make our life through this tree area so much easier. Because it's so hilly, I think without the road in there, this would have been a nightmare to navigate. And since this is a main route between the two parts of the map, it makes sense to have an easy route to follow. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be muddy or anything. It's not. None of that's going to affect us. Right, I'm pretty sure we turn right here. No, I don't think we do. I might have messed that up actually. No, we don't turn right. We're straight ahead. Okay. This is the other thing. Since it's been a little while since we were last on this map, although we've only done the map once, remembering the map will take a bit more time to get back used to. But we'll get there. Whoa. Me turning too much and not needed to. Okay, junction coming up. Which way are we going at this junction? I'm pretty sure we're heading to the right. Yeah, we are. Let's turn right at the junction. And then follow this round. Ignore that bridge there. Okay, bit of a muddy bit here. May need to do something about that if we're going to have to use this route a little bit, because that is going to become a nightmare if we're not careful. Now, I don't know if we need to unload these ourselves or just need to be in the area. We'll unload them and see. Sometimes you can get away with just reversing up to where they need to go and they'll just take them off you. I know we've actually got to put it in place, I think. Yeah, because they belong there. That's actually where they're going to run from. You see the boxes they're connecting to. So actually, we need to put these in place ourselves. I don't know if I can reverse over that. There's a divider there. We can come round from the other side actually. We can go round the side here. There's also a sand quarry here which may be useful in the future to use. Okay, we're going to go down this bit here. And then into here. That'll do. I think we can stop that. If we reverse a little bit, that anchor's a little bit in the way of where we're going, that's all. That should be good. Okay, let's get the first one of these in. I don't think it matters which one goes where. It will tell us if it does, but I don't think it does. swap the camera, that would help. Go for the far one first. I'm hoping we're close enough. We are. Spin it round. Oh, actually, I don't. Yeah, we are. Got a little bit more reach there. We do like to get as close ourselves as possible first. Okay, we are slightly away from it. I know it was going green. I could just press it. I like to do it properly, where possible. Wrong button. It's going to take me a minute to get used to controls, I think, again. Anchors, handbrake, stop. Okay, that's going to be in the way of one. I may have to move that again. So I just wanted to get this properly close ourselves rather than letting the AI say yes, it's there. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't have to do any of that, admittedly. Right, let's get the next one done. Right, come on, select the motor. There we go. So, these are a little bit of weight to them, it seems. You can see the vehicle moving under weight as we try and maneuver them around. Although the motors themselves are generally fairly heavy, aren't they? There we go. Okay, first part of the mission complete. Now we need to deliver a vehicle. So this vehicle is one it's giving to us from here. Let's jump inside. This is the rusty cargo truck. So this will have its own little issues. It won't be as good as a normal fully done one. Fully done. Normal one. That's not rusty. So we need to come out of here, across the bridge that's here. And then from here, we don't have to go hide and base. We can come down to this road, take a left, follow this up over this bridge here, and then when we get to here, it's round. So the only thing to be careful of is that muddy section that could cause us an issue, because we're in a different version of. I think this is the Mule T1. To be fair. Yeah, this is the Mule. It's just the rusty version. So its stats will be one less than what they are in the proper one. Not non-rusty version. The newer one, that'll do. So stability and stuff will be one less. And we are very top heavy round corners, so we have to be a bit careful as well. I think the only thing that I'm worried out of this really is going to be that muddy section as we approach. I say that. This isn't the best either, to be fair. I don't think this is it mud, or is it just it's just a bit of debris and water. It's nothing major. It's where it's flooded, hasn't it? Yeah, look, you can see where that's flooded. We had to clear this previously, but it's a shame we can't drain the water or something. There we go. But it's not an issue. We can get through it. This is actually feeling really stable. I thought because of how top heavy it would be, it wouldn't feel very stable, but actually it does. It's the Mule though for you. The Mule is pretty good. I want to say we're going left here. No, we're not. We might as well go straight. Left is to Highland Base. We don't need to go through the base. Let's head round this way. And it's a left at this next junction. And then the bridge we're going to cross first will be one that we put down as a part of our bridge lab, because we can't actually build bridges at the minute. I do remember that. We started this map and you just can't build a single bridge. I think we are left here, aren't we? Yeah. I think it is easy to just consult the map rather than put markers down sometimes. It feels like a bit more like you're properly map reading. Say that, and then we get lost. Right, we're following this road up until we get to this junction and then going up for the bridge. In fact, we can see the bridge ahead of us, to be fair. I haven't checked since, actually, whether we've now got the ability to build bridges or not. But yeah, previously we couldn't, even wooden bridges. So that's why we had to use bridge layers in places, just so we can actually get across areas. It's unusual to have a map where you can't build a bridge immediately, because generally, on most maps, you can build a wooden bridge from the get-go. This one didn't allow any of that. And then this is where bridge layers became more important, essentially. We would like to replace those when we get a chance to. Okay, keep following this round. Again, we don't know if this is it for the mission. It may be once we've got the oil well up and running, it may need us to do more. But as it stands, this is the mission it's telling us we've got to do. That's what we're doing. I've got a feeling it may add more to it. Okay, we're not going right across here, are we? We're going left. Although both routes lead to the same place. Left is a bit trickier with that, but I think we can cut across there, to be fair. Yeah, we'll just stay where we are. We don't need to go across that little bridge. That was so we could go to the right and back up to where we have been previously. That's the water. Okay, I can't cut across as much as I thought, to be fair. It's fairly deep, actually. Deeper than I thought. We should be alright. Stick this right inside. Even though we are top heavy, it feels so stable. Surprisingly stable. There we go. And we're here. So we've just got to drive this into the marked area. Oh, look how deep that mud is. Wow. Okay. May need to put something down here in due course, even if it's just sand. May have to do something. Depends how much we need to come back and forth from here, doesn't it, really? But that'll be vehicle delivered as requested. Mission complete. We have repaired the oil well. I don't know why that was moving for us. There we go. Mission complete. Nice. Okay. Let's jump on a side mission other than the first one. Retrieve the stuck fuel truck. So there's a fuel truck that's been stuck. We need to go and retrieve it. Now, this fuel truck is here. Oh, wow. It's actually in a hole. So a fuel truck heading to the oil treatment facility got stuck in a pit during the flooding. Recovering won't be easy, but that's why we're asking you. Find the truck, return it to the parking lot near the oil treatment facility. Okay. So that needs delivering up here. I don't know if we can drive it once it's out of that pit. The thing is, that's a Wayfarer on the front end of that. And as most of you know, Wayfarers are the worst vehicle in the game because they can't go on anything but asphalt, tarmac, whatever you want to call it. So this is going to be a nightmare. Plus, on top of that, we've not been there before, so we don't know what else is going to be in the way. But aside from all that, we still need to get out of that hole as well. So my thinking is, big crane, lift it out. If we then can't drive it, we'll bring one of our towed vehicles over, or scout vehicles essentially, and tow it while it's running itself, like under tow mode. That should help us. Okay, so for that we need a big crane. Now our big crane, the nearest point of call for any of our vehicles is right down here at the Highland base. Annoyingly, I don't think we've got a crane anywhere else. Because I don't think we've used one as of yet. What's that there? We have got a crane actually. That's a big crane. Perfect. Okay. Big crane is already out and about, so we'll use that one. We've basically got to take it to the village that we just did the road for. So, because this crane's here, we'll use this. It must have been a previous mission we did, to be fair. I'm pretty sure as well this is the best crane we have out of all the big cranes. Stats-wise, anyway. That's one thing we found on this. Just because the vehicle has really good stats doesn't mean it's fun or useful to drive. It can be so awkward, some of them. We definitely have our favourite vehicles and ones that we hate to use, like the Wayfarer. I think there should be more choice with the Wayfarer kind of thing, though. The Wayfarer itself just a tractor unit as a lorry, essentially. And I think there should be more of a choice than just one. That's why we tend not to use it, to be fair. because it is just a nightmare. Unless it's a fully asphalted road, there's no point. It will just get stuck more times than it's worth. You may as well do 2 runs for smaller vehicles, to be fair. And it doesn't have a crane either, which doesn't help. But it's annoying when the AI uses it, or gives one to us to use. It's because they're a nightmare. But we've got to use what we've got to use. Right, we're going to head left here to the village itself. Watch out for any trucks still running around. Now, I'm not entirely sure where the right turn is. I know it's here. Somewhere. We want to go straight down here. Right at the junction, there's a vehicle from behind us. Right, it's turning left actually, in a minute we're not. So this right hand turn here. And we follow this around. Now we don't want to go into the hole either. We do need to stay out of that hole. I think we're turning left. Yeah. I'm thinking we want to be alongside it, roughly here. Maybe even ahead of it, to be fair. Because we want to put it out onto here. Is my thinking. Obviously we don't know the terrain. Okay. My plan might not work. There's a lot of trees there. Wow, that looks a really dodgy area. Okay. And you got to remember, we've got to tow this to where it needs to go if we can't drive it. And I'm assuming I can't jump in it. I can get inside it. Okay. So we can drive the Wayfarer once we get out of this hole. But it is well and truly stuck. We're not going anywhere. Plus the fact it's not an asphalt, so it's barely going to move anyway. I think we may end up towing it as well. Okay, we need to try and get through the side area, really. Let's try this way. The thin trees will knock down some of the big ones, maybe, or maybe fall as well. We shall see. It's just lack of knowing what the terrain is around us at this point. Okay, I don't think we're going to be able to knock that tree down there, it's too big. This terrain is not fun after a flood. Okay. I think we definitely want to be in front of it if possible. I think there's a bit of road here. There is. Wow, that's helpful. Although look at that water we've got to get through next as well. It's not just getting this thing out then, is it? We've actually got to get it to where it needs to go, and that's going to be tricky in itself. Okay. There's no way we're driving that through that water. We'll just drown. Okay, that's going to be interesting to see what we do to do that. Right. I think let's try there. We should be able to lift at least the front end up and then pull it towards us. We'll get it out of the hole at least. I'm just not sure how we're going to get it to its next destination, because that is not going to be fun. And as we know, off-road this thing does not like. We shall see. Let's get it out of the hole first and then worry about the next bit after, I think. Alright, we may not be close enough. Is that going to allow us? There we go. Right, this will be heavy, and we are really extended, so this may pull us. Let's keep it on where we are. There we go. Be careful not to tip us over, obviously. Right, it's out. That's the first thing, it is out. The only real concern now is that water. But yeah, it is out. I'm just not sure what to do. Cold crane's done, anchors. We obviously need to find a route for this to drive through. And as I say, we've not really been here. Oh, saying that though, and that's a dead end road, isn't it? Right, so where are we taking this? That's because I keep moving the map around. We're taking it over here. Obviously, we don't know the best route to get there. There is a road that goes up here, but I think it's going to take us away. Yeah, it is, yeah. We could come and do sand here. The problem is we know this wayfarer is going to struggle in any condition. That's the thing. Is it worth risking it, or do we just try and get sand into this water here? That's my thinking. The problem is the actual bit around us is also not brilliant. There's holes and everything, as we saw as we was getting the crane here. I am thinking maybe we sand the water at the very least. How are we for sand pits nearby? Okay, it's not covered, but we haven't got far to go to get more, if that makes sense. There is another sand quarry here, but we haven't activated it yet. But we don't need a massive amount, and their vehicles are nearby. So I think that's what we do. Let's go and put some sand down, first and foremost, and just see if we can make this a little bit easier through that water. Once we've got through the water, we'll have to see how far we can go before we get stuck. And I don't mean if we get stuck, when we get stuck. I think we may even have to get a scout vehicle there just to help tow us along. I think maybe that's generally the best thing we can do for the wayfarer. But we'll pretty get some sand in the water at the very least, because I think there's no point trying to drive through it because we'll just get stuck. So it kind of defeats the point of trying. Sometimes it's better just to fix the situation instead of trying to get around it. I should have gone right there. Where is... So we know there's that road there. Where does this road lead here? That comes down here. That comes to here, I think. Okay. I was trying to see where... Because obviously I don't want to go the same way. You just have to go with the big vehicle. It may be a case we need to put a bridge over that bit at some point as well. Just if we have to use this route more and more, a bridge there probably would be quite handy. I need to have a look if we can build bridges again yet, actually, thinking about it. Right, so from what I saw on the map, that's the hole there, and it looked like, so this is a dead end here, which is a bit weird. It did look like there was a bit of road somewhere around here. This thing is quite powerful, so it can just bulldoze its way through. So there's a bit of road there to our left, although we're a little bit caught up on trees and things. Okay, we've kind of made our own road, but it's worked. Now my only concern here is the deepness of the water and us putting the sand down. Because obviously it's too deep. We have issues with this, drowning. Well, it's actually not as deep as it first looked, to be fair. Okay, we're out of sand. Okay, we haven't actually put much down at all, have we? So to refill our sand, it's actually further away than I'd hoped. Actually, it's all the way back there, isn't it? Still can't build bridges. Yeah, so to get more sand here, we need to reverse back to the edge of here. It's means going back that way again. Okay. That wasn't what I was hoping for, to be honest. Although it does say there is another quarry nearby. It's all over there, though, isn't it? So even that's not really helpful. Right, let's just see if there's a better way through until we can put a bridge there. So I don't even think our bridge layer would make that gap any easier. I think it's too big for even the bridge layer to do. It's not liking the slope here. Tracks normally can get through most things, but this is just a bit too steep maybe for it. And where does this go? So this goes down into some water down here. We can't really see it on the map. Let's just take that off for a sec. I think it takes you back to there. There's a big bit of water here as well. And we need to get to here. There is a bit of track here, which is what we tried to follow a minute ago. But it is also very up and down. Yeah, this is all very up and down here. We haven't got a choice, we need more sand. As long as we don't get stuck, it's fine. I'll just make our own path by the end of it. Okay, am I near the refill? Not quite. I'm right next to it. It's here. There we go. We could bring another heavy dumper here and just refill from this one each time. Because this is a mobile quarry essentially. You can see the circle around it. But we'd still need to be a bit closer to make it work. Right, we're now full. We may need to do this a few times just to get enough down to go through the water properly. This may take a few times of doing this. Well, we are losing a bit of sand out the back. It's because of the up and downs. Admittedly, we could fill the gaps in sand and make this actual move easier to navigate, to be fair. That might be a better idea in a minute, just to actually make it easier for us to navigate that way. So, I don't think we're going to get that truck across here otherwise, unless we do this. And even then, I don't think we're going to do very well getting across anyway, any further. Right, we're about halfway, I would say. And that took 2 loads to get to roughly halfway. Right. It may be a case we want to fill in some of these holes in this pathway here. Although, if we have to use this route more, we've got to do something proper to make it more usable, but we don't know from how much we need to use the route, do we? That's the thing. But we have taken down a few of the trees. But yeah, a lot of this can be smoothed out with sand. We need to use this a lot more than we are, admittedly. Right, let's get refilled. There we go. Maybe 2 loads, maybe. I don't know if this is going to become a main route. Part of me thinks it will be. Because obviously we're delivering this to the oil treatment facility, which we're probably going to use more often than not. So this may become a major route for us that we're going to have to deal with properly in due course. Because I can see the water treatment plant being a big deal. That's the thing. Probably entered on the wrong angle there. There we go. We're over. So it's either going to be this may be the last load we need, or we need one more after this potentially. I'm not entirely sure. Till we get it down, it's a bit hard to tell. Okay, potentially last load needed. Potentially. What we'll do is we'll get this back up on the track, refilled, and while it's spinning we'll go and grab our, I want to say dozer, but I don't think it is a dozer. Might be a dozer. And then we'll level that out and see how we go from there. As I say, I think we're going to have issues moving the fuel truck no matter what. It may need towing the Scout. We'll give it go through it on its own accord first, and if it doesn't work, then we'll use the Scout. It's always better, I think, to try at least moving it itself first, rather than just giving up immediately. But I've got a feeling we're going to need the Scout. We shall see. It may surprise me, I doubt it, but it may. But yeah, I think as soon as we can build bridges, if this becomes a major transport route, we'll have to put a bridge over that hole. There's no way we're filling that with sand. That's the thing, it will have to be a bridge, I think. But until we get the option to actually build bridges, that's an issue. So our dozer of choice is the Vostok ATM Pioneer. This is the best one in the game. Very late game one as well. But it is incredible what this thing can achieve. There are other. I think there's only one other one of these to use, and it's okay. It's a starter one that you start with, which is very top heavy and slow. Well, slow-ish, but it's the top heavy that makes it an issue because when you have uneven terrain, it likes to fall over a lot. So that's why I was so happy when we unlocked this one. It does make life a lot easier, this one. Well, at least we've done a couple of missions today so far, and we'll get this one done in due course. Finished off the road as well, so we're doing okay. It's always a bit hard to kind of gauge how much progress you've made in one go, in one stream. Because you may spend a whole stream just sorting out infrastructure, that's the thing. So you can never really tell how much progress you've really made. Right, this has got tracks as well, so it may have issues getting across, but it should be okay. What I might do is flatten this out a bit here. Always better flat sand, I think, than lumpy areas, because you do find it makes life a little bit easier with slabs. Okay. Yeah, so if we need to, we can fill these holes in. Until we can build a bridge, we may need to do this. But I don't know how you get across here. This way. Let's just flatten that sand out a bit. But yeah, if we need to build a proper way across, we'll do so. in due course. Which way are you going to go? Come on. Well, that tree won't fall over, but it's not wanting to. Oh no, it has. That's why it's disappeared, because it didn't actually physically show it falling over, but it did. Right. We need to be roughly where that is. Obviously the terrain isn't brilliant here in general. Don't want to fall down the hole. I need this out of the way a little bit. Let's go this way. That will do. There is an easier way to jump between trucks. I think we're a little bit too far away though. That's why I've used the map instead. Slowly down here. There we go. Right. Splatter the sand and see how if we need another load or not. This is generally quite good at spreading it quite wide and far, so we may not need another load here because this will do it. There we go. Yeah, we don't need another load, this should be fine. The only concern obviously is that's all mud. And with the Wayfarer being the Wayfarer, I am concerned it's not going to get anywhere. But we said we'd give it a go on its own power first, and if it doesn't make it, that's when we need to try towing it first. But yeah, I've got a feeling we're going to need to do a road here at some point if this becomes more of a major transport route, which I think it will, based on where we're heading towards. Right, we're going to try and drive this under its own steam, and when it inevitably goes wrong, we'll call in a scout. Or it could surprise me. We shall see. But we've dealt with the water situation. Now it's just the mud situation. Let's see how it does. Part of me hopes it surprises me. I don't think they've added any changes to the Wayfarer itself, so they're not fixed it or anything. I just wonder if it may surprise me here. That'll be a... No, it's not going to surprise me because it's already stuck. Well, it's moving a little bit. Do you get any movement? Can we get up the hill of mud? That'd be a no, we can't, I don't think. Hang on, still moving. God, I'm giving it its best chance to do it on its own steam before we embarrass it with a scout vehicle pulling it. Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. Alright, maybe, hang on, it's still going. Low gear has helped a little bit there. Sometimes you can crab walk it and it will help it. Right. Okay. I want handbrake off, and what I'm going to do is just give it a little push. Here's a hill. As I say, I'd rather not have to use a scout to tow it. And it is trying to get up a hill. So we'll just give it a little push and see if that helps. Otherwise it's calling a scout here and doing it that way. The reason why I'm pushing these is obviously you've got no control of the direction it goes in. There we go. Don't tip. That would be a big mistake if that tipped over. Turn low gear off, although it doesn't seem to have helped it. There's a little bit of a hump there I think it's having an issue with. This would be quicker if we just called the scout, I think. It's the hill it's not liking. Just trying to give it a chance. I don't need to. I shouldn't keep jumping to the map. Still not liking it. No, hang on. Bit of movement there. Are you going to go or not? No, I'm not going to push it all the way. I think that's ridiculous. Right, scale vehicle it is. Haven't got a choice. Have we got a scout out and about? We probably have, to be fair. I just don't know where. The Carolean. Where are you? Are you all the, back at Highland Base, aren't you? Is that the only one out and about? I think it is. Looking at that. Carolean should be okay. So it's tracked, so it should be okay actually. Just got to drive, get it there. Yeah, let's go for the Carolean then. I need to stop moving this map around because it's confusing the hell out of me when I'm trying to find things. There's the Carolean. Does this have... I don't think this can tow. Thinking about it. Yeah, I don't think this is one that can tow. Or can it? Let's quickly get a different vehicle out of the game. I'm just curious. I don't think this can tow vehicles. And obviously if it can't, it's not going to help us. Let's try minimum rescue. I'm just going to try and see if it does tow, we'll use the Caroline. If it doesn't, we'll use the rescue. We know the rescue does. Right, if we swap to this. It does tow, okay. I did wonder if it did or not. Caroline it is then. We just got to get the Caroline to where the Wayfarer fuel truck is. Obviously we don't have a choice of vehicle to use to deliver the fuel, it is the one it's given us. We've got it out the hole at the very least. Now we just need to get to the water treatment plant. Yeah, I've got a feeling we're going to need to fix something there to make that more of a route we can use. And unless we can build bridges, we're going to have to make a route through them trees that we've been using. Which means filling in all the little holes and things to make it more usable. This thing has got some speed once it gets going as well. I'm hoping it's powerful enough for what we need. I have gone the right way, haven't I? Yeah. I doubted myself then, I thought we'd gone the complete wrong way. It's always possible. Yeah, it's strange to not have the ability to build bridges. Even a wooden one. That's the thing. We're not going to be able to fill the hole in with sand. But we'll have to make something. But we'll figure it out when we get to it. It's not the end of the world. It wouldn't be the first time I've had to make something work. Right, from here, we're heading up, aren't we? Because we're going to the village. So across here. This is one of the things I really enjoy about this, is problem solving. Everyone's going to do it differently as well. You know, some people may not have used these bridge layers there to get across areas like that. They may have done something else. I like the fact that everyone can make their own decision on what they want to do. People won't build roads, they just don't want to. Like we have. It's the extended road we made. You know, they'll just navigate them the way they want to. And that's what makes the game so diverse, I think. It's just that ability for everyone to do things differently. Okay, we're up here, then we're going to take our cut-through road and then through to the village, and then we're going to be towing this Wayfarer. I think if it had given us any other vehicle to pull, it would be fine, but obviously for that size fuel truck, you're only going to have the Wayfarer on the front. Okay, although this is quick, it can be uncontrollably quick at times. We're going to be a bit careful with the speed. It can just go off on a tangent. Come on. So we get to join in the two roads that we've done, and then we'll head left there. We have to keep slowing this down just so we don't fly off somewhere else. Down the hill. I think we had a little bit of air there as well. Okay, village is coming up now. This again has got to make it across to where we were, so we have to navigate some of that awkward bit. Although we've got tracks, so it should be okay. Most tracked vehicles are pretty good with mud and water and just getting across terrain. And we don't get stuck. That's the only issue. We have made a route through to a degree. There we go. Okay, onto the sand and through. Oh, we're going to squeeze past all these vehicles, aren't we? That's the awkward bit. Try and go up this left hand side. Yeah, we can get through there. Easy peasy. Right, we're going to be towing the Wayfarer then to its destination, as it can't run on its own steam because it's useless. Any other vehicle I wouldn't have an issue with, just the Wayfarer. Okay, all we know is we're heading into this road here, and somewhere along there we're going to find the water treatment plant. That's all we know. Off we go. Why towing mode is so good as well, because the vehicle you're towing uses its own power alongside your towing vehicle. A smaller vehicle like this can tow something quite big like that quite easily. I do normally prefer it to be a bit closer to us, to be fair. Oh wow, we've got new objectives coming up. New side objectives, set up a forest base. So a couple of things have just flashed up as we've made it to the water treatment plant by looks of things, we're near to it. We'll have a look at those in a minute. Just keep getting this way, it needs to go first, and we'll have a look at what's new. But it did say make a new forest base, should be handy. But again, I think that's going to mean we need to sort this route out. We're still 300 metres away actually. Okay, wow, it's opened this up. Okay. So we're heading here. Obviously this is all new to us, we haven't seen this till now. Oh, okay. We can't build bridges, but there's a pipe in the way. We're not going to get past that. Remember, we've still got the Wayfarer on board as well. That's the thing. A bridge layer. We're going to need a bridge layer, aren't we, here? I think that's our only option to get across here. Forest base is here. We're going to have to do something to get that up and running, though. But yeah, we need a bridge layer. Is that just a pipeline? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Wow, okay. So we can't finish this mission at the minute without doing something else first. So, new side mission here. Set up a new base operations in the forest. For this, we need 3 steel beams and 3 concrete slabs. Okay, hang on. We can't make them, can we? Oh, we can make steel beams there. I didn't think we had the slab facility yet. We don't. That's interesting. We can buy slabs. Oh, no, we can't, actually. I thought... okay. I don't know where we're going to get the slabs from. Interestingly. No new main. We can't finish this until we get a bridge layer, though. But yeah, where's the... There's an oil rig there, needs power. That's not an issue. Sand quarry. Gas station there. Okay. There is a road. Oh, that's a lot of water there, though. Going south. What's that? Explore the marshlands. This is a safe we need to retrieve. Right. Let's think about this. Bridge layer here will get us across. But then we've got this awkwardness to get across with the bridge layer, which I don't know how easy that will navigate that. We need to buy a new bridge layer, because all our other ones are busy. already laid out. Yeah, concrete slabs. Because if we had concrete slabs, we could build a bridge. We don't have slabs, and that's what that needs. I'm pretty sure I can't buy them yet. Yeah, logistics doesn't sell. So yeah, somehow we've got to get slabs. Unless there's any laying around we've not seen, maybe. Because there is sometimes just concrete slabs laying around. We've got none in stock, have we? I wasn't... Okay, that's caught me off guard a little bit, to be fair. I wasn't expecting these of it. We had to get something out of the water, didn't we, previously? Yeah, that's caught me off guard a little bit, just because I wasn't expecting slabs. Okay. Well, we're not getting the fire space off running anytime soon, then, are we? Until we unlock concrete slabs from somewhere. I think exploring the marshlands may unlock it, to be fair. That may give us more. That's a main mission, so that may unlock more of the map down here. If we focus on what we're trying to do, though, first, and that is we've got to get this fuel vehicle across to the gas station. So we need a bridge layer. There's no way around that. So let's head back to Highland Base and get a bridge layer. Now, there are two sides of the bridge layer. We're going to need to buy a new one, as ours are all out and about. We want the bigger one, for obvious reasons. We haven't really looked at that gap, but I've got a feeling big is better. What have we got? No. Obviously, we haven't had to use trees yet, otherwise we'd use the new ones. There's the bridge layer. Which one are you? You're the 12 metre. Where's my other one? That one there. That's a 6. So we want the 12 metre. We already own 3 of these, and all 3 of them are busy. So, kind of tells you how much we're using them. 82,000 for another one. It's one of those things that I don't begrudge buying because they once they're in use, they're in use. Until you can build a bridge, we haven't got a choice. That's the thing. This map was definitely made for these bridge layers to be used more than anything else. It's just annoying we can't build bridges. Just because when we can get rid of a load of them. No. Where are you? There we go. Oh, I didn't need to buy one. There's 2. There's one there and one there. Even the rusty one's out and about. I didn't realise that. Okay, we didn't need the 4th or the 5th really, because we've got the rusty one as well. No, that hasn't got a bridge on it. Oh, I think this is one of the ones from the last map, isn't it? So we had this issue before. I'm just going to move this out of the way. I don't want to keep calling it in the garage. So we figured out if you've laid a bridge on a previous map and left the bridge in place, which of course you would do, that then means the vehicle on the next map won't have the bridge component. And I don't know if we can do anything about that. I don't think we can. Yeah, you can't buy a new bridge, so it's missing the bridge component. We have to go back to the previous map to pick up the bridge, and that's when it will fix it. So that's probably something we need to do at some point. This is the brand new one we just bought though, so we'll use this one instead. Downside to these is actually your camera view is awkward. We haven't seen this gap yet, so I'm hoping there's enough space to get across. 12 metres should be plenty. Oh, Reese, good morning, how are you? New Snowrunner DLC coming later this month, is it? Wow. There's only one left. Oh, requires co-op, really? I didn't think they were going to do that. That's unusual of them to have done that. So is that a whole map then you can't do without co-op? I've not heard anything about that, to be fair. Right, we're going to go left here. We're actually going to go across one of our bridge layers. Too much speed. But yeah, that's not as far as I'm aware. No, I've got a couple of the season passes, so that have included everything. But if we can't do it, we can't do it. But that's quite bad to force you to do co-op. To be fair. Yeah, that's mad. I did not think they would do that. Right, over the bridge. This has got a bit of a journey to go on to get to where we need to. Another bridge to go over here. I'm guessing there's no... I'm just checking there's no quicker route. No, there's no other route, is there, to get to where we're going? We've got to get there, essentially, to put the bridge down. No. It's not going to take too long to get there. It's just that forest base would be really helpful if we could actually unlock it. But because we don't have any concrete slabs, we can't actually unlock it. And what we may need to do, we'll do the next main mission after we've done this side mission we're on now. And if we haven't unlocked any bridges or still slab facility, we'll have to have a look around the map and just see if we can see any loose ones, maybe. Because you can find them loose around the map at times. So if we can use them. If we can't, we have to wait. I still think we're going to need to make a proper road as well at some point where this all is. Because that muddy area is horrendous. But we'll see in due course if we need to do it or not. Features racing missions. Yeah, that's very weird. If it's a one-off map, it's not so bad. I can kind of understand it as a one-off. But forcing co-op is a bit weird, and the racing missions don't really, as you say, go for what it's about, does it? I really like him. I think he's done really well, Littler, to win back-to-back. I think he's going to become a little bit... It's one map, yeah, so it's not the end of the world. He got booed originally when he first started the tournament, and I think that rattled him a little bit because of the way he reacted to it. But I think it's good for the sport. You know, a lot of younger people are now joining in and playing it, and for a sport that's got a reputation for like big beer belly guys, and get drunk and that kind of thing. I think he's enhancing his reputation and making more people look at it and go, actually, this is fun. I think that makes a big deal. And he's not the only one doing it. There are other people that are doing really well for the sport and really showcasing that, it's not a drunk guy sport. It is actually serious. And I think a lot of people will be quite surprised at how good they are at it if they give it a go. So I think him in general is good for the sport. I think him winning back-to-back kind of solidifies that as well. And because he's young, the younger people can actually look at him and go, maybe I could achieve that. It becomes more achievable for people because he's younger. So yeah, definitely a good thing for the sport, absolutely. And I think if you listen to him in interviews and stuff, he's got a little bit of arrogance to him, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not fully his character. And I think he has the right to be a little bit arrogant at times because of how good he is and what he does. But actually he comes across quite a nice guy as well. Like, he wants to help the sport, he wants to help his reputation, he wants more people to play it, he wants more eyes on it. So I think all that is a good thing. Right, we're going to navigate the hills again to get across to where we were. This is track, so we should be okay. Where we get there and find actually this doesn't reach. There was always that possibility, but I'm hoping we can. Over we go. Keep going. Okay. I don't know if I can squeeze past actually. Stop there a second. We're going to jump in the crane. I'm not 100% sure we can squeeze past. So we'll just check the crane to the side as well. Obviously I don't want to get stuck if I can avoid it. I'd rather it was usable if we need it nearby. There we go. So onto the sand. Although this probably would drive through the water quite happily. I don't think this would bridge the gap of that hole that we got the fuel vehicle out of. I don't think it would be too long. The hole's too long. The words out. That's why I may need to smooth down that bit we've just crossed. Make that more usable in due course. Even this is having a bit of an issue with the mud and stuff. It's finding it a bit awkward. I also think the track is quite tight and low, so it's getting a bit stuck in places. I know it looks like it's struggling, but I think it's more just how low down in the mud the tracks are. Right, we haven't fully looked at this cable that travels along, or the pipe that runs alongside this area. But just to solve the issue, we thought we'd bring this now, because I think we're definitely going to need it no matter what, aren't we? Okay, so we just need to overtake those. As I say, we're hoping we can bridge that gap. Yeah. We go to here. The gap needs to be smaller than 12 meters, otherwise this won't work. Let's find out, shall we? Will it breach the gap? Oh, it's close. Okay. I need to be slightly further forward, I think. Can't go to a lower bit, that's the thing, because you won't... I mean, the bridge may catch. Anchors. Need to be a bit careful moving forward here. In fact, it's not allowing me to move forward. I haven't got anything down, have I? Where are my anchors? I can't actually see them. Stop. Go. I think that will reach there. Anchor's down now. Okay, thank you for the like, much appreciated. Hoping now that's the reach we needed. There we go. It has reached. It's not brilliant. I think it's okay though. I don't know if we should go back a little bit. Obviously we're about to tow a vehicle across it, which isn't the best. Is that solid? I think so. Best way of testing it, we'll drive this over ourselves just to see if it is solid. I think it is. As long as we tow straight, we should be okay. Oh, the anchors were at the back actually. I didn't see them when I was doing it. Again, the minute we can build a bridge, we can solve this. But we need to be able to build a bridge to solve it. Okay, getting off that is a problem. Because we've got a big mound there. Should we move it, I think? Just trying to work out whether we should move it. That coming off that isn't fun. And the issue we're going to have is we're having to tow a vehicle across it. I thought the mound would be the best bit. The better way of having it. Not the best bit, the better way of having it. Let's tow across and see how we get on. I think we'll give it a go. See, we're going very well or really badly. I just don't know which one. I would like to drive it across under its own steam, but I don't think it will get across very easily. Towing's on. Right, I think what we need to do is we need to get the winch a bit closer. So you're going to go really well or really badly, and I'm not entirely sure which one yet. And then I think we're okay. That actually went really well. A lot better than I thought it would. Okay, perfect. Let's get this delivered. That's job done at least. What goes? Oh, what the vote for next? It's tonight. It starts tonight. It's Wednesday. We always do votes on a Wednesday. Cameras have an issue because we're a bit too close to the vehicle behind. That it's having an issue. But yeah, I haven't really decided yet. I've got a list of like 12 that I'm thinking about. We need to choose 8 in total from the 12. Put on the vote. I'm not 100% sure which one I'm going with yet. Okay, let's just have a quick look at this. Okay, we don't want to be going there. We're in the wrong bit. That's the base operations we're going to set up in due course, hopefully. Okay, what I need to do, we need to reverse that off. So, let's swap vehicle quickly. Reverse this back. We may be able to drive this under its own steam. Okay, I say that. Just seeing that big bit of water there. We can swing this round. Let's give it a go under its own steam. Again, it may make it now. Obviously it's muddy, so it's not going to be brilliant. I'm not going to go through the water, obviously, but yeah, so I've got about 12 games to think about. We've got the Avatar DLC, the new one that's just come out. Expeditions, I think, is going to be one of the choices. I was looking at Tomb Raider games, see which one of those is potential. Yeah, we're not getting through there, it's too muddy. Well, actually, it's still going though. I think it's always better to use its own steam to get somewhere rather than towing it. But I hate the Wayfarer. But for the minute, it's still moving forward. Stop the game. So I think we're going to have to deal with this situation around here with road and stuff. It is still moving, surprisingly. Not quickly, but it is. I'll take that off. Okay, it's definitely stuck. I wanted to give it its best chance of doing it under its own steam, but once again, that's down as always. If it wasn't the Wayfarer, it wouldn't be a problem. Stop. Okay. Towing's on. There we go. Look how easy it moves once we put the Carolean on it. Right, let's get delivered those job done. I've been looking at the Resident Evil games as well, seeing which one we can start on there potentially. What else am I looking at? My list isn't nearby, so I can't look at it. There was something else that was actually... Oh, that, is it Route 33 or something like that? Game of the Year last year. I think it was Game of the Year, I think it was. Because we haven't played that before. Yeah, a few things on there. I think there'd be a decent mix of choices. Ah, this is a road to build here. Obviously, I think once we get the forest base up and running, then we probably need to do that road, to be fair. So yeah, I think there'll be something for everyone, which is the important thing. I just don't know what's going to win, to be fair. Whoa, what happened there? Too much speed. Okay, we can now really swap to the Wayfinders, drive it in. Doesn't need to be towed from here. Let's get this mission complete. It's taking us a little while, mainly because of the route we had to take. But that is the mission complete. We've retrieved the stuck fuel truck from the hole and delivered it where it needed to go. That is done. So jumping back to the main missions now. Explore the marshlands is this one. There's 2 locations. We just need to reach them. We've got one here and one further down here. Now the one here I think will be fairly simple because we just head across the bridge and down that road there. We have a scout vehicle ready to go just here, so we may as well jump into the rescue vehicle we've got here, Minuteman K350 Rescue, and just drive down there. Oh, sorry about that, I need a drink. Talking too much. What would you like to see on our LVs? Okay, so if we go this way, the first location I think we can get to fairly quickly. Second one's a bit further afield. Just double check our route here. So we go across this bridge here, and then as we're through the water, and then we head left and around this track towards that sand quarry essentially. And then that will get us to the first of the 2 locations we need to explore. This is main mission, so I'm guessing this will open up more of the map essentially, and give us more stuff to do from that. That's generally main missions. You know, he's going to do something to add more main missions. So, and potentially more side missions too. Look how quick this can go. Okay, left here. Resident Evil games, Tomb Raider and Kingdom Come to... Ah, that's the other one. Kingdom Come Deliverance, that's going to be on there. Whether it be tonight's one or next week's one, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was the other one I was looking at, because that's the really realistic game as well, from what I've seen. Hyper realistic, isn't it? Which I really like the idea of. Right, where are we heading? Okay, we head to the right here. Oh, does the road go round? The road does go round. Yeah, follow the road, it should be fine. It's quite nice to be in scout vehicles which can handle this kind of terrain compared to other vehicles that have struggled. Don't tell me it's up the hill. Ah, it's up the hill, we shouldn't have gone up. Okay, I thought following the road round would get us there, but it's actually up the top of the hill. Back up we go. It's a big old hill as well. Through the trees. I want to use the new vehicles for logging missions. We just got to wait till we get to a logging mission. Right, first one done. Area revealed. Let's have a look at it. So this is the area that's been revealed. Power line. There's some oil pumps over here as well. We're going to have to do something with them, I'm assuming. And the power line needs power. It wouldn't surprise me if we need to bring power from there maybe to there. Looking at that, but that's a new area revealed done there. I'm sure there'll be new missions added pretty soon for that one. Right, we need to get to the second area now of marshland that wants us to explore. This one here. So to get there may be a little bit trickier. What have we got nearby to kind of navigate and use? There is a kind of valley here that potentially I think we can get through the scout vehicle. So I think that's our next port of call. Do we, instead of using a scout, I think we use the Mule T1. Because we've got that there. It just saves us bringing a scout. I think we can probably get there using that. We know how nimble it can be. So let's jump into the Trailblazer. Yeah, the Trailblazer itself has generally been really good for us. Plus it's got a crane on it, which makes it indispensable. Okay, so similar to the previous one, I think we've got to climb the hill essentially. Yeah, we want to get round the sand quarry to the kind of this area and then head up here. But we want to be climbing the hill. So let's head through. This shouldn't get stuck. This Trailblazer can be good in most situations, to be fair. Hardcore medieval sim. You played a little bit of it. What have you thought of the bit you've played? Is it good? Frustrating? Too slow, maybe? Because that's my concern with it, is how slow it might be. And obviously some games are brilliant for streaming. Others, if it's too slow, people don't like it. Not that I'm that fussed. If we enjoy it, we enjoy it. I know we've had people come in the chat before while doing RoadCraft and say, oh, why are you playing this? It's boring. Everyone has their own things they enjoy. But yeah, definitely one that I'm interested in. Isn't there a DLC just released as well? I think, from what I've seen. I try not to look too much at these things in case we play them, so we're surprised by it. But I'm pretty sure there was DLC released. Right, that is done. Area revealed as well. The marshland has been explored. Okay, hang on. Oh, I didn't know this. So currently we've got 5 bridge layers. 4 in use, including the rusty version, and 1 without a bridge. Now, previously, when we first started this map, we only had 1 big bridge layer, and we actually found we didn't have a bridge for it because it's still deployed on the previous map. We went back to the previous map, lifted up the bridge, took the bridge vehicle back to the garage with bridge on top, and then we had it to use here. This is now telling us we can now make multiple. We don't need all the different vehicles. So you can purchase additional bridges in your garage area. Simply approach the garage with an empty bridge layer and a fully folded arm, and a prompt will appear, allowing you to buy a new bridge. You can deploy and maintain multiple bridges across the map at the same time. We don't need 5 vehicles. We need the rusty version because you can't sell it, and 1 main vehicle. The rest can all be sold because we can maintain bridges all at the same time. Admittedly, we don't need the money, so I'm not worried about them being out, but we don't need to buy any more now because we can always come back and buy more bridges. So that's good to know. I just wish we'd known that earlier. Right, a load of new missions have popped up. We'll have a look at those as well. I think the area got revealed, so let's have a look at the map first. So this is the new area revealed. We've got a pumping station, repair shop, interestingly, and a lot of water from the flooding. I can see a lot of road building going to be needed, I think. Yeah, there's a bridge layer already here. So in theory, that can go to a garage to then be used. That's the thing. So this will be interesting. Maybe you'll bounce off it because how slow. I think, yeah, if you're someone that wants fast-paced action, I would say it's not generally the game for that. But I think the realism is one of those things you can really immerse yourself in. But I think it'll be interesting to play. And maybe a long playthrough. But then that's why we have 2 main games on the go. If something is a very long playthrough, you can then do other things in the other game. That's the thing. Okay, so this is a new mission. Set up a route for delivering pumps. And the side missions haven't changed. Okay, let's have a look at this. My concern is obviously where it wants us to go from and to. The flooded area is bigger than we anticipated, but we've dealt with worse. Yeah, we have. Begin by draining the smaller swamps while we devise a... What am I saying? Start again. Begin by draining the smaller swamps while we devise a solution for the big ones. First, you need to set up a route for delivering pumps. The convoy carrying them and repair equipment is approaching from the Old Street Tunnel. Leave the convoy and plan a route to the nearest warehouse. Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. I understand that, LVs, completely, and we've had some really long playthroughs of stuff, like 300-400 hours. But a lot of people aren't into that. They want quick, sharp action. 20-30 hour game max they're happy with. Personally, when people complain that a game is too long, I don't ever see that side of it because I like long stuff. I like long things you can immerse yourself in. I'm not a massive fan of very quick, short games. I prefer long things that you can really get into and they're going to take a while to do. I like that more than anything else. So yeah, I completely understand that. 1,100 hours in SnowRun is incredible though. It really is incredible. Right, so where are we going from? There's the Old Street Tunnel. And it's going logistics terminal. Oh, okay. That's easy. Because we built a road all the way, that is actually really simple. The only issue, actually, is where we've had to put a bridge there. That could be problematic. Now, there is a route this way, but that would require potentially a road. And that would mean we don't need that bridge there anymore if we do this. Because there is a route round. It will need sorting out though. That's the only thing. There is a quarry nearby we can activate for sand. Long term, I think we're better off doing a road, aren't we? For the convoy. I think trying to get it to cut across... Oh, there's actually a cut across here. Oh, okay, actually, hang on. Again, though, convoy. Depend on the vehicle it's using. Let's give it a go. If the convoy does it using this cut through here, then we won't worry about the road here just yet. If we then have to start doing stuff, we may put a road there. Although going across the bridge isn't too bad. If the convoy doesn't work, then we'll have to do a route. We'll do a road and go around the safe way. I've got a feeling though, it will be fine depending on the vehicle it is using for the mission. So we'll set this up. Reason being, we'll set this up now is because we can be busy doing other things while this is doing what it needs to do. So let's start plotting this route. We need to come out here. It's a Wayfarer. If it had been any vehicle, it wouldn't be an issue. I don't think a Wayfarer is going to make that. Let's give it a go. But I've got a feeling it's going to get stuck immediately. Wayfarers, as we've seen, aren't brilliant. And its turning circle is horrendous as well. We'll give it a go. If it has issues, we'll solve it. But I think at least give it a chance before we have to spend ages doing infrastructure. Okay, over the bridge there. I just want to be able to build proper bridges as well, but it's still not giving us an option. And still no concrete slabs facility. And yet we need that for the forest base. So there must be some laying around somewhere. Dispatch. I was going to go and do other things while this does its thing, but actually I might watch it just because I think it's going to get stuck. Let's see. I'm hoping it proves me wrong. I really do. It's already stuck. It's already stuck. Although there's more than one. Oh yeah, look. There's smaller vehicles with it. Yeah, it's pointless. There's no point. Cancel. There's no way that's going to work. I think we do this properly. There's no point. Clear route. There's no point trying to make this quicker and easier for ourselves. We may as well do it properly because then it's done, isn't it? I think that's one thing we found in this game, and others, SnowRunner especially as well. There's no point cutting corners. You may as well do things properly, otherwise, long term, you have issues. That cut through there, I think, will be useful for us. Not some, we've had to do a mission up here previously. That's why there's a bridge layer there. But there's no point trying to make this simpler for ourselves when it's just so much easier and quicker to actually just do things properly. So, we need to build a road here. Rather than use that bridge, we just need to get a road to come around here and back up here. That's all it's got to be. It's not massive. We have got a base operations nearby, so that makes life a little bit easier. So we'll use a different dumper truck to previous, just because we can. If I get a road, actually. The other stuff we may have to call back, or we use what we've got nearby, rather than call them all the way back. Which gives us a chance to use different things as well. That's the thing. So the Bakeout is the better one, the bigger one. Is it actually, before we do that, is there one in the shop we've not used? Is my thinking. It's always nice to use something new if we get the opportunity. There's a dump truck there, but that's tiny, I believe. Yep, tiny. 5 ton sand capacity. We're not using that. I wouldn't mind something that has a bit more space. I think that's it though, isn't it? Yeah. Everything else we own, bar that small dump truck. I'm not using the small dump truck, that'd be ridiculous. Right, let's use the Bakeout. So we need to build a small road just to get round by that quarry area, which we can also activate from the sand. And we just need to bring the vehicles from this base through there. As I say, this time we spend building this road is a lot better than the time we'd spent trying to make that convoy work. So we may as well do things properly. As I say, you do save time long term. Because all the infrastructure stuff, once it's in place, you find the rest of the map is so much simpler because you've done all the infrastructure before. So you think you're spending ages making roads and doing things to make things easier for yourself for a one-off mission. Actually, long term, it makes everything easier. That's the thing. I still would like to be able to build bridges though. I don't mind the bridge layers, and I think they work pretty well. But I would like them for a bridge. It's just not giving us the option to. I'm hoping we do get to make some more logs at some point as well, because obviously we've got the new log vehicles I want to try out. If we don't get a mission for logging, we'll just have to use them and just give them a go. But I'm hoping there'll be a mission at some point, maybe a road, and we need to clear a load of trees maybe. That would be quite handy if we got something like that. Okay, so all we need to do is, instead of turning right where this bridge layer is, keep following it around, and we start laying sand down from the first point that's awkward. Which is basically here, to be fair. Yeah. So this is where we start laying the sand, just to be sure that obviously the convoy doesn't get stuck anywhere. Don't want to give it an excuse to get stuck. So those looks quite solid. This will just make sure it's not going to get stuck here. If there's any excuse for the wayfarer to get stuck in, we'll use it. Must admit, I'm not the best at laying out sand, not evenly anyway. Okay, this obviously then can't refill because it needs some sand. So let's open up the quarry, activate this quarry for 3 tokens. Quarry activated. Are we in the zone? We've got a different thing coming up there. We're not quite in the zone. Okay, that explains why it won't give us sand. Why is it doing that? If you look bottom left, there's an issue in terms of what it's showing us. It's giving us the option to change mode to cockpit. That's from previous, I think from spectating. It's kind of messed it up a little bit, I think. There we go, we can refill now though. While it's refilling, we can actually go back to where we need to start laying sand down. We can be out in circle as long as you start refilling in the area of the quarry. so you can carry on getting back to where you need to while still refilling. So it's a bit of a weird one, that, so the fact that you can do that. That bottom left thing may change when we change vehicle next, to be fair. Hopefully, anyway. We are quite lucky with the amount of stuff we've done in the game. The money is really not an issue. Hence why we can have 5 of the bridge layers that we didn't need in the end. But at least if we're short on money, we can sell one. And I'm hoping the bridge stays, because it makes sense. If you can buy the place on bridges, in theory, the bridge itself should stay if you call it back. It's interesting to check, actually. We call back to maybe the garage one of our bridge layers, and if the bridge stays where it is now, we can sell all the other ones that we don't need. They're 82,000 each, so worth selling. Right, let's refill. Back to here. So the route we're going to set up for delivering these pumps, the pumps are there. I don't know if we're then going to have to do something else after they're delivered, but therefore pumping the water out of the smaller swamps, essentially. So the map itself will change, the landscape itself will change once this mission is done, because we're going to pump out some of this water in areas where it is. So we'll see a change in the map as well. Okay, probably need to straighten this up a little bit. Right, just a refill there. So from here, we're now through the water here. All we need to do is head round and up here. That's where we're going next. I think we can straighten up a little bit here. Coming out the wrong angle, really. I think this is quite firm ground. I don't think the convoy will have too many issues, although it is using a wayfarer. So anything not that isn't asphalt will be an issue. So we are going to play this safe. As I say, you don't have to do this. There are going to be other ways we can do this, but it would take ages to keep fixing the wayfarers' issues. Not too quick. Definitely not the best at laying sand evenly. I just find it really awkward. Okay, let's refill. I think I'd like to be a little bit straight here because we've got to make a right turn in a second. Although this mud does get a bit deep here actually, so this is going to be needed more than it first seems. I'm going to try and make the turn that's doable no matter the vehicle really. Hand down. Okay, that's all of it. So may have to fill in a little bit there. Because we've got to make the turn doable for everyone. Otherwise it's going to be too tight a turn, isn't it? That should help. Okay, we only need to go as far as the road itself. When we hit the road, we can stop. But again, you can see how muddy this bit is. So if we hadn't done this, the wayfarer would have issues. And maybe the other vehicles that are with it, to be fair. And long term, this just means we'll be able to navigate this route a lot easier. So maybe one more load, I think, then we get hit with asphalt, the old asphalt that's there. And then we can To be fair, I don't even think we need to lay a road. I think flattening this out may be enough. I think we'll try that rather than lay the asphalt. We'll flatten out the sand and see if the Wayfarer does it. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to lay the asphalt. But I think it might be okay. Sometimes the Wayfarer can be fine on sand. Sometimes. So we need more than one load here. As I say, we have got the base operation isn't too far away, so we need asphalt. We can do it. I'm not going to call back any of the vehicles though that we've used previously for the bigger road. Thanks for the like, also appreciated. Reason being, we know there's another road to do near where they are that came up recently. So there's no point pulling them back to then have to drive them back to that area. So we'll use whatever vehicles we have in our garage. So there'll be a lot of the older road vehicles we've not used for a while, as we've used all the new stuff recently because it's just better. So there'll be a chance to use some of the old stuff again, I think, rather than call back all these things that we don't need calling back. That's the thing, we've always got a choice of what to use. I was wrong, it needed more than one load. This should be the last one. There's the road there, right? Linking to. There's our bridge as well. As I say, the convoy may make it across that bridge. My concern would be the turn with the Wayfarer, so because of that, a road I think is definitely right up from here. And if the sand's already in place, we can asphalt it at a later time. That's the thing. Okay. That should be absolutely fine. That's all done. I'm not in an area to refill, that's fine. I like to leave a vehicle filled with sand when we finish using it. That's just the habit. I'd rather, just in case we need it for something else. If it's got sand in it, brilliant. I know if you pull it back to your garage, it auto refills, but I just like to have done it myself. So we need something to actually make the sand smooth. And normally we would jump into the Pioneer. Oh, we have got the rusty Pioneer, to be fair. Or we've got the Cronenwork. Now the Cronenworks are annoying as anything. Bounce around like anything. So yeah, let's use the rusty one. I was thinking we could use the old stuff, but I forgot we've got a rusty version. The rusty would do. I'd rather that than the other one. And we're still using old stuff because it's old. Still don't know where we're getting those concrete slabs from as of yet. It must be laying around somewhere for us to go and find and pick up. Can't see how we're going to be expected to get the forest face up and running unless we can find these slabs. Because we haven't got a steel slab facility, not a steel slab, a slab facility, concrete facility. We've only got steel beams. So there's got to be something to where we can get these from. Because otherwise we can't unlock the forest base. So it must be doable, it's just where. Be interesting to see as well what these pumps do to the map in terms of what swamps they're going to drain. Because obviously it did say the smaller ones first. So I'm curious to which ones it's going to class as the smaller swamps. And just because the water's drained doesn't mean they're going to be able to be navigated, because they're going to be muddy as anything. So there will be some issues still crossing anywhere that's got this water. Generally, we find out we've put asphalt down or we've put sand down to cross some water, and then at some point we drain the water, and the sand looks a bit weird that it's there on the side. Okay, follow us around, we go left, and the bridge lands here, and you can see where we started laying the sand. So let's now start doing this. As I say, we're going to try this convoy with just flattened sand, and if it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, we'll come back and lay asphalt. But just to save ourselves some time, we'll give sand a go first. Sometimes that's all it needs. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that is all it needs. And we saw that there's more than one vehicle coming. It's not just the Wayfarer that's doing this. There's other vehicles with it as well. All this area now will be easily navigatable compared to what it was. Okay. This is the corner we just need to make a bit better. May need to push a few times here. Smooth that out. There. Because the turning circle of the Wayfarer and the other vehicles as well, to be fair, need to give them enough room to turn without getting stuck in that mud. That's the thing. And this is very good at spreading out sand and making things a bigger, and using the same amount of sand to make a bigger area. This is really good at it. There we go. That should be enough turning circle, hopefully. Right, we're just going to follow this up and then we can set the convoy off. We may watch the convoy, to be fair. Mainly because I want to see what changes on the map and not be in the middle of something else when he does it. But let's keep flattening this. Just got to get to that the tarmac, asphalt, whatever you want to call it, ahead of us. I keep saying both asphalt and tarmac, mainly because obviously English people, us, me, called it tarmac. And I think asphalt is an American name, to be fair. I'm not going to take the bridge up either, I'm going to leave it where it is, because it can be handy just to jump across occasionally. But interestingly now, we can now buy new bridges. The annoying thing is though, it told us that we can buy replacement bridges for our bridge layers after we'd already laid 5 bridges. You know, why did that not tell us sooner? Because it obviously knows how many bridges we need to lay. Obviously you need to get to a certain point in the main missions before it tells you. But, you know, the amount of bridges we've put in place, you would have thought it would have told us a lot sooner. There we go. Right, let's plot this route then. We've now done the sand that we wanted to do. So we're going to come out of this way. Ignore the shortcut through, that isn't going to work. I may actually need to make that a bit smoother there. Around this corner, and then we're going to hit our sand. So if the sand works, no asphalt. If it doesn't work, we'll come back and lay asphalt. But I think it may be okay. It's all going to depend on that Wayfarer, to be honest. If the Wayfarer can navigate the sand, we're fine. If it has issues, we'll have to do asphalt. Sometimes it can do alright on sand. Other times, it decides to mess around and say no. So it all depends on what mood it's in. And then we're back to normal road here. The only thing we've got to do next is cross this other bridge, which obviously has a bridge layer rather than a proper bridge. So we're just going to make sure this is as straight as possible on approach. Otherwise it will fall off. There we go. It's really straight, that's nice. Down this road here. And then, okay, this could potentially need sand as well, but I think we should at least give it a go. Does look fairly firm, but that can be deceiving. There we go. Let's dispatch vehicles. You know what? Let's ride on board. Let's give it a watch. See if it works the way we want it to. Just so we know what's happening. Okay. Will it work? Or do we need to lay asphalt? That's the question. It's on auto camera, so it'll keep changing angles and stuff. I don't mind watching these sometimes, because it can give you an insight into what vehicles, how they work and what they need. So when you do lay future routes, you kind of know how it does things. Let's have a look. Okay, reaching the sand. First start on the sand road. It's slowed down significantly on the sand, but it's still moving. And other vehicles behind it are progressing well. But the vehicle behind it is catching it up. There's a bit of a concern because it may hit it. Yeah, it has hit it. Which is when it wants to turn, can be an issue. That vehicle behind, no! If that vehicle behind hadn't pushed it, that wouldn't be a problem. But it's the vehicles hitting it because it's slower than they are. Because for some reason the AI doesn't change the speed. The AI will run at one speed. And we can reset the route though from here. And I think it'd be okay. What I might do is actually just edit that so it starts here. But yeah, if the other vehicles didn't hit it, it would have made the corner. So let's try that again. This is a one-off route, I think, as well. I don't think it needs multiple runs on this route. But it's that vehicle hitting it that's caused it too much speed on the corner. Because they don't go. But oh, don't do it again. Ah. Let's try there. Will it turn? It may be able to turn from there, hopefully. I just need it to turn before the other vehicle arrives, which it already has, but it's now ghosted. But it's that other vehicle that's the problem. It's not going to do it, is it? It needs to make the corner before the other vehicle gets to the back of it. Turn, 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 turn. Now, if we put asphalt down, this would be quicker. And it may make it fine. It's the lack of asphalt that's slowing it down. Although the other vehicle has now forced itself to go off. If it reverses, it may get round, to be fair. Wayfarer's made it. The other vehicle kind of helped it along. The other vehicle's now going to crash into it. He may reverse, and if he does, the route's okay. If he doesn't reverse, it's not. He may be stuck, to be fair. Ah, okay. What do we do here? Actually, try it from there. Would it turn from there? It will. Because the route failed further along than it was previously, it's actually okayed it. Might be okay. Because there's nothing really we can do to change this. Asphalt will make the Wayfarer slightly quicker, but it may still get hit from the vehicle behind, causing it not to take the corner. So there's not really that much we can do here to actually make this any better. Okay, it's going to get hit again there. My only concern is now this corner. Because it may be going too quick. No, it's okay. So the only other concern we've now got is the bridge. That other vehicle, we can't stop that. That's the problem. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about the vehicle pushing it. I'm just hoping it doesn't cause it to go at an angle on the bridge, because it's never making it if that happens. Although there's a bit of a gap now between the vehicles, because we're on asphalt again, its Wayfarer's going slightly quicker. There is a gap between the two, which is what was needed. Right, approaching the bridge. Need to be as straight as possible to make it across this first time. Let's see if it will do it. Oh, nice, it's over. So are the other vehicles as well, even better. So now there's a left turn coming up, which again, the other vehicle may push it too quickly and cause it to go off. Hopefully it won't. We haven't sanded this either, so we may have an issue. We may need to put some sand down. It all depends on how firm the ground is. I'm hoping quite firm. Seems to be okay. There we go. That is the infrastructure route complete. Okay, what's going to drain? That's the big question. Yeah, route done. Oh, that's the first bit done. Goal complete. Oh, nice. Okay, we've now got 2 new main missions which are draining swamps. So we've delivered the equipment, but we still need to drain the swamps. Also, this infrastructure route that we thought was just a one-off route, it's not. There's a secondary part which is doing now. Once that's delivered that one vehicle there, this will then disappear. There will still be vehicles travelling that route, but that will disappear once it's done it once. So 2 new main missions: drain the southern swamp. We've got to deliver an object, which will be one of the machines to drain to that swamp there. We're taking the object from the logistics terminal and delivering it there. Where is that? Okay, that's fairly simple. Over the bridge, delivered there. Or actually, say that's fairly simple. How do we get across? We're going to need another bridge. Yeah, I think we're going to need another bridge to get across there. Looking at that. There is a road here, but obviously that swamp is probably really deep. So that's not going to happen. So our best bet here would be a bridge layer across here and then deliver that one there. So that's one of them. The second one, Northern Swamp, is up here. And again, the nearest point of call we've got is here. We don't know how deep this is. Although I think we won't have a choice but to drive through there, to be fair. That road there, where does that lead? Through the forest and out by the sand quarry here. Oh, okay, wow. Right, we've got 2 to do. I know we've got the side missions as well. I think we'll focus on one of these, then a side mission, then back to one of these. So, we'll start with the southern swamp. I'm amazed we finished the first of 3 parts of the map, to be fair. I wasn't expecting it to be that quick. But that's good progress. So, we need a vehicle to go and pick up one of these from the logistics terminal. We don't know what they look like. That's the only concern. They look fairly big. I think our best bet would be the Voron, more than anything. Mainly because you want something with actually, before that, we need to get a bridge layer, don't we? So we have a handy bridge layer here, and we've been told we can buy new bridges for these. So let's see if we can. Obviously, we've not bought a new bridge before. We've just bought new bridge layers. So how do we buy new bridges? Oh, we need... okay. You can buy new bridges, but to do that, you need steel beams. So we need steel beams in stock, otherwise we can't get new bridges. That route's complete as well, so that secondary part of that mission is now done, hence the route disappearing from there. So we need to make some steel beams to build new bridges. We weren't aware of that. Or we spend 80 grand on another bridge layer, which I think is a bit of a waste. So, we do have the steel beam facility here that we've not really utilised. We don't have a vehicle nearby to use though, I don't think. That's another bridge layer there. Although saying that, we could take that bridge up from there. There was a mission here previously that we've done. So there is a chance we could take that bridge up and use that. I think we should get some steel beams made, personally. So I think what we do is Voron to the steel mill with some metal, make some steel beams, bring them here, buy a new bridge for this, and then we go and do the swamp. I think that's the best bet. Still no wood though, strangely. I was really hoping to use new wood vehicles, but there isn't a reason to as of yet. Where is my Voron? There. Similar to the mule. To be fair, the mule Trailblazer is the equivalent essentially. It's a shame the Voron hasn't got another version, to be fair. Before we go, let's grab some metal. There's no point going empty-handed. And there's a load of metal things here. So we'll grab these while we're here. Just chuck them in the back. But yeah, there's no point heading all the way there with nothing on board when we need metal anyway for the beams. We need minimum 3. We can make more, we'll bring them back and chuck them in storage anyway. So whatever we make, we'll just bring back, chuck in storage, new bridge, and then this will go and pick up the other thing we need, which is the machine to drain the swamp. Missed that one. But I've done it enough. It's always handy if you can do this without moving the crane as well, which is sometimes works perfectly. Like that. There's probably going to be some metal laying around by the actual facility as well, so if this isn't enough for minimum of 3, then we'll do more. I think we kind of need minimum 6. Actually, no, we need more than that, don't we? Because we need the 3 for the forest base as well. So we need really... I want enough for 2 bridges in case we need 2. It was nice to have a spare. So we need 9 if we can. It shouldn't be too bad, to be fair. There's always metal laying around, that's the thing. We're just going to get it there. And then the Voron itself can bring back what we make. And bring it back here anyway. Okay. Right, there's some metal on board at least. There's probably some more around here as well. Let's have a quick look. That one there. So anything blue is metal that we can take. So there's a tractor there, but it's going to be too big for what we need. A couple of small bits there. There's some bigger bits back here, so let's quickly go and grab those. So we have some bigger bits alongside the drums we've got on board. The tractor is going to be too big for this Voron to carry. Oh, I can see what it's going to be. It's these big metal things at the back here. May need to go further back. Yeah, I think we do. Let's change the anchors. So them 3 big metal things there, that's what we can take with us. That's one. Some. Got another drum. Right, we're stuck underneath. Every little helps at the end of the day. Don't do that. The more we take with us, the easier, the quicker it will be to actually get the beams done. Give us the big things. There we go. So we've got one more big thing to carry, and that might be it actually, to be fair. Kind of want this to tip a little bit. That's okay, Tim. Give me the other one. There we go. Right, well this will be the last thing we load up because we're now getting quite heavy, to be fair. Leave this to sit a little bit on the back here. There we go. Let's strap the cargo. We're ready to rumble. Okay, steel beam facility. Get this stuff recycled. We're looking for around 9 steel beams, I think, would be an ideal number to bring back. Because that would be 2 bridges worth, plus the 3 needed for the forest base as well. In fact, we may leave the 3 for the forest base where they are. We'll do that and we'll check that in a second. I'm just thinking what's closer to where they're going to need being delivered. If the actual facility is closer, then there's no point moving them. That's the thing. Right, just need a double check. We haven't really been to Steel Beam City, so not that often, not that much. It's up there. Oh, okay, so we head north along the road here that we did. Oh, okay, I know where we're going now. I just wanted to double check that we're heading the right way. So over the bridge here, we can use the new sand bit we put down as well. And then we're following the road north. There's things like this that take the time, but again, it's something we need. We need more bridges, and rather than spend 80 grand on a new bridge layer, we may as well just spend the time making steel beams to actually just get another bridge part. Right, watch out for the convoy vehicle. Although that convoy rewards are all done, the convoy will keep running until we get in its way and cancel it. Can't cancel it any other way than blocking them and failing the route. But the route will be classed as done everywhere on all the different stats and things, so just leave it doing its thing. It is annoying sometimes because they don't stop, they will run into you. I like the fact that it kind of makes the world more alive to have these vehicles moving around. There we go. That sound isn't too bad, to be fair. Sometimes you don't need the asphalt. Sound on its own is enough. Okay, keep following this round. I think we've discovered the steel beam city, but this is the first time I think we're going to use it as well, to be fair. Up the hill. And this will lead to a road that we did as part of a mission. And then after the road finishes, I think it's on our right hand side, the steel beam facility. This is the road we built. But we can see it ahead of us, steel beam cities up there. So we've been using the route going left at this junction. We need to go to the right. And here we are, steel beam facility. Okay, where are we going here? So if we go, there's lots of metal around as well. If we need more, lots of it laying around by the looks of things. We need to recycle into there. So to do that, we need to come round here, down here and in. Yeah, lots of metal here then if we need to use any of it, which we probably will. Always handy to see lots of metal around. Okay, them being there's a little bit awkward in terms of turning, but we should be okay. Just need to unstrap the car. Don't have to unstrap it. It will take it, but I just like to unstrap it. We've made that was all enough for free, so that's one bridge we can now make. Obviously, we need more than just one bridge because we need some for the forest base. There's some metal just here, and we'll quickly pick up and chuck in as well. They're just laying nearby. And we're still in the zone, so all we do is drop these down in the zone, and that will do it. That will do it. There we go. So now we're up to 4. Grab this one here as well. I would like 9. I think 9 would be a good amount. And then probably take 6 with us, and 3 will be for the forest base. Okay, there we go. Right, any other metal nearby? Okay, lots around that corner, some in here as well. Some things will be too big for us. But the bigger stuff will give us more metal quicker. So big stuff, it can be the best stuff to grab. Ah, hang on. There's some steel beams there that we can nick. That's 2 of them. So I said we need 9. Would be a good number. There's actually some steel beams here. Can we grab them from here? Yeah, we can. So these are extras, essentially. If I can get it off there, it's kind of stuck. Annoyingly. What we probably need to do is change our attached mode to single and just grab the front of it. If we can. But yeah, that's 2, so we only need to make 7 now. Come on. Yeah. So what we'll do, we're not going to load it on because obviously we need to put more metal in the zone yet. But we'll put it there so it's easy to pick up. That's the thing, you can find things like this around. This is why I think maybe the concrete slabs that we need for the forest base are laying around somewhere, we just haven't seen them yet. Because you can find some of these stuff around. That's quite handy, I like that. Okay, back to double attach mode. I've just seen some more metal ahead of us as well. So we want 7 really, so 3 more in the zone would be handy. There's some bigger bits of metal here, or at least 1. I haven't put anchors down, so just need to be a little bit careful here. That's 1. I'm pretty sure that chain that's over there as well is also recyclable. May not be close enough to grab it. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that crane is a chain. It's actually a track, isn't it? For a tracked vehicle, essentially. Well, that can be recycled. Chuck that in the back. Missed it. We don't have to do the extras here. We could just do the 3 for 1 bridge, but actually it makes more sense to do more than you need in one go. Right, we just need to quickly reverse this back. You've got to keep remembering to change angle. I must have pressed X at some point because steel beam's been dropped off. Right, that's 5. 6 with the one on the floor. 7, 8. Ideally 1 more, I think, is what we need here. We said 9 was kind of our target, wasn't it? So I need some bigger, just a big bit of metal might do it in one go here. There's some bigger bits here actually. Oh, it's their flat stuff. That might be right. Yeah, 1 more I think would be the ideal amount. We'll leave 3 here, I think. I'm just going to double check, but I think we'll leave 3 here for forest base. Take 6 with us. Just in case we need more bridges, it saves us doing this again later. We've got more than what we need in storage. It's always better to have more than what you need than just enough. Obviously this does take time to do, but I definitely do think it's time well spent. That's 1. Probably doing time-wise. We've got plenty of time still. 40 minutes of the stream left. Plenty of time. What we got there? We'll grab something. What is it? Ah, well, that'll do. It's a bigger bit. Right, we've got the flat bits over there as well. It's a tyre, I don't want that. There we go. I know we put the bigger bit in, so these might be a bit awkward now to lay on it. In fact, what I might do, leave that there. Back to that. And it's obviously on the crane, so it's not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to quickly drive back in the zone. And then we'll drop it from the crane as well. It's easier sometimes just to hang it. Okay, and then if we jump on the crane, drop that down. There we go, that's what we needed. 6 is what we need. There's still a problem in the bottom left showing the things. So we've now taken 6 out, including the 2 we found. So that's 6 in total there we can now take to where we need. Now, we need 3 for the forest base, which is all the way over here. So I think if we leave 3 here, we can come and collect them before heading to the forest base with them. I think that's the best option there. So we'll load up these 6. And then we can take them back to our base, a garage. And then we can then go and buy a bridge, lay the bridge, use the Voron to go and pick up the pump, deliver that where it goes, and that will be one of the swamps then emptied out. And then we'll see, we'll probably jump on a side mission after that. So we've done a couple of main missions in a row now. Considering we've already completed 1/3 of the map, or 1/3 of the map story I should say. Which was quite a surprise, to be fair. Okay, it's 4. It's 4. Oh, I've got another one out accidentally. Every time you press X, another one will come out if they're in stock there. So we've got 4 and we only need 6. That's 5, one more. If we weren't going the opposite direction, I would go and deliver the 3 for the forest base, but in the opposite direction of where we're going. There we go. Cargo strap down. So yeah, that's 1 there plus 2 in storage is the ones we need there for forest base. So now we just need to drive back to our garage, drop these off in the storage area, and then get this new bridge out onto the bridge ladder, drive that and put the bridge down, then pump. And we've got should have enough time today to get it done, and then we'll just go from there. It's not too bad a journey back. The only thing to watch out for is that convoy, if anything. But yeah, the journey's not too bad. So I've got a feeling it's never going to allow us to build bridges on this map. Because normally if you've got the steel beam facility, you can then make steel bridges. But it's not allowing that. So I've got a feeling we're never going to be allowed to make bridges. Hence why the bridge layers are probably designed more for this map than the previous. We did use them a little bit on the previous map, but not as much as this one. In fact, we now own 5 of the things. When it comes to convoy, we've got to try and get out of the way without causing an issue for ourselves. There we go, should be okay. Yeah, and that convoy is finished. We've got all the rewards, but it will just keep running until it gets stopped. But yeah, so we have used them previously, but they're definitely designed for this map. The fact that you're only just finding out we can buy replacement bridge parts rather than buy a brand new bridge layer each time, which we've done 5 times. Which I wish we'd known sooner, to be fair. But it actually makes sense now why we've got them. So the first DLC map has the big new feature for that map. As both DLC maps seem to have a new feature. The first DLC map is the barrels, and whether you can get them delivered 100% with no damage, despite them corroding and dropping without you knowing, or stop being able to stop it. And then this map is the bridges, the bridge layers. It would be nice if it allowed us to make our own bridges, to be fair, but I can't see it happening now. I just think it's forcing you to use the bridge layers, which is fine. If you've done the rest of the game and then do the DLC, you should have plenty of money to buy them. And then it's just steel beams whenever you want to replace the bridge part. Which isn't too bad now we know it. I will probably sell some of the bridge layers at some point if we need the money. I don't think we will. Just in the off chance we do, we can sell some of the spare ones now, knowing that we can any one bridge layer will pick up all of them, just one at a time. I'm going a little bit slowly only because obviously we're following the convoy vehicle. I could overtake it, but it's a bit tricky. I don't want to crash myself and cause a problem. You know, we're close to being what we need done, so there's no point rushing it just to cause an issue for ourselves. So we're heading right up here to our base, drop these off, and then we'll do the bridge first, and then we'll go and grab the pump. And we'll have 3 spare beams in storage for if we do need another bridge somewhere. And then I think the next thing to do is find the safe that's been lost. We'll have a look at that once this is drained and done. Northern one of these pump that we needed, but that one could be problematic just because of where it is and the water we've got to go in to sort out. Right, I don't think I need to drop these off. I think I can just go in. Yeah, there we go. So that is now done. Let's just park this up here for a second. We jump back into the bridge layer now. And then we should be able to buy a new bridge. There we go. This needs to be in the right position, doesn't it? I don't know what position it needs to be in. Not that one. It did tell us, and I can't remember what it said now. It's not giving us the option to buy a bridge. Okay, let's just check something. So it's not giving us that option, although we know we can do it. I want to skip tutorial. Yeah, it's not going to tell us there. Codex. I want to buy bridges. I just want to know what position we need that in to be able to put one on top. Building bridges. It's not that, is it though? It's a bridge vehicle. There's nothing there, is there? There's nothing in the codex to say positioning. Yeah, I don't think they've updated that from the DLC then. So we can see at bottom left it's there, but it doesn't give me the option to buy one. Oh, there we go. Oh, although it's greyed out, I just have to press down. I didn't think it was giving us the option because it was greyed out still, but we've got one. That's good. Okay, problem solved. So with this, we now need to head south over this bridge here that was already put in place, over here, and then up to here, and then we're going to this kind of gap here to see if we can get across here. That's our plan. I could, just because I think this water is fairly deep, so there's no point trying to go through the water with the pump. And then we'll go and pick the pump up. What we do need to test at some point is calling back or recalling a bridge layer with no bridge attached, just to see if the bridge stays where it is. I think it will, based on bridges we put down on previous maps still being there, even though we've moved on and used the vehicles elsewhere. So I think they will stay. There's always loads of metal around on the maps to generally get what you need to buy new bridges. There's always metal everywhere, so it's not much of a cost really. Or pay 80 grand again to get a brand new vehicle. Right, over the bridge, through the water, to the road. There's a load of metal here, to be fair, if we need it with the cars and stuff. Follow this road round. And then we're looking for the gap to get across. We want the narrowest gap if possible to place the bridge. Okay. So that's where we're looking. My only concern actually is, I don't think it's wide big enough. Maybe there, potentially, may reach. Although, I don't mind big enough here, actually. It's difficult to judge 12 metres, that's the thing. And your view when trying to manoeuvre this isn't the best. Let's try here first. Oh, what's that drop like? Because obviously a vehicle's got to come here. Okay. Right. Anchors. Bridge out. It needs to be stable enough coming on and off it, otherwise it defeats the point. Okay, so it's plenty big enough, I think. I would like to reverse back a bit, I think, here. I don't know how stable this would be. Trying to manoeuvre it a little bit. This right hand corner looks a little bit awkward. I think that's probably really good. Let's drop it. There we go. Bridge in place. I think we're good to go. As I say, we can always come back and move it if we need to anyway. But I think that's good. The only awkward bit is this little bit of hill here, but we should be okay. We get this back on. Spin this round. There we go. Bridge is done. Okay, we can get this first pump out of the way then. The thing is, we may not need the bridge once we pump the swamp. That's the other thing. Once the swamp is pumped, we can probably take the bridge back. But we just won't know until we've done it. So, back to base. Grab our Voron again, and we need to go down and pick up our pump. And then we'll take it over that bridge, deliver it, and that's one done. And that's this mission done then, and that's one job finished as well. I think we've made decent progress though. We've got about 25 minutes left. We've already completed 1/3 of the map story, which was surprising. But I think it will slow down. At the start, you always seem to do things in quick succession, but as the map goes on, it tends to get a bit slower, just based on the fact that there's more to do. That's the thing, and especially as you explore the map more and more, you find more things that need doing, like the infrastructure, things like that. So, although it's been quick so far, generally the middle bit slows you down a bit more. We found previously, anyway. Right, let's grab our pump. That is a big pump, but it should be okay in the back of this. Let's get it loaded. Yeah, it should be fine actually looking at it. It's not, it looks big when you approach, but actually it's not too bad. We've had worse things in the back. It's going to be heavy. You can see that already just by the way the vehicle's moving on the crane. Okay, does it fit flat in the bed? It does. So we'll get it right and it will fit. It doesn't look too top heavy because it's not that high either. So that's helpful. There we go. Sim. Strap down, in as well. Okay. So we can come out of here. We're not going to go back towards the garage. There's a way round to avoid us retracing their steps, essentially. If we follow this road down this way, there's then a right-hand turn to take. just to save us going back up the hill to the base. We don't need to. We just need to take the next right-hand turn. If I remember the map correctly, it should get us there. Okay, I'm just going to double check myself. No, we don't need to take a right turn. Oh, we do, yeah. Because that's a different tunnel. We do, at some point need to put a bridge over there. Yeah, right-hand turn here. There's their base operation. So instead of going up this hill here and through, we just go right here and straight instead. I'd like to not go the same route twice if we can avoid it, just because that's when you start getting a bit annoyed with it. It's better to actually have different routes and different variations, I find. Same as using different vehicles. I try not to use the same vehicle over and over again, although the Mule and the Voron and the Trailblazer are kind of the only ones that do their jobs. We don't have much choice but to use them over and over again, but where possible, it's fun to use different things. We do the same in SnowRunner as well, to be fair, in our episodic stuff. Try and use different vehicles all the time. Even vehicles that may not be the best for that job, we try and still use them. Just to vary things up more than anything else. Right, let's be careful going through here. Bit of air. Okay, follow the road round, and then we'll see our bridge. Head across and drop this off and see what happens to that swamp. Bridge is on the left. Okay. There's quite a drop down here, but I think that's still doable. I think some vehicles may nose plant that. Oh, actually, bit awkward. Yeah, kind of got an awkward bump there. It kind of went through the middle. Yeah, some vehicles will nose plant that. But generally, it should be okay. Ah, does that fence come down? Yes. I had a panic then. I thought, if that fence doesn't come down, we've got a problem. But actually, it's fine. Okay. There's the drop-off point there. We need to put it in position. Actually, I don't think we're close enough. Downside to these cranes for the Mule and the Voron is obviously the length. They're not got the greatest reach compared to other cranes anyway. So you've got to make sure you're in the right position for them. Right, I'm hoping that should be alright reach-wise. Otherwise we should have come in front end first. Don't think we're going to reach, are we? No! I knew we should have come front. I do this every time, think, oh, we're back up, forgetting obviously the crane is more front end than back end. That's the thing. So it's always better to go front first. Whereas you would think naturally you'd reverse in and drop off on the back, but actually the way the crane is situated, there's actually more room to the front than there is to the back. Just because of the difference in where the crane is to where the end of the vehicle is. Be careful, this is heavy and it could tip us if we're not careful here. Although side-on is generally the most preferred way of delivering things. There we go, we've done it, it's fine. But yeah, side-on would have been the better option. Okay, we're in position. Again, we like to get as much in position ourselves first, although it is green and we'll do it for us. Lovely. Let's see what drains. Okay, it has drained the swamp. That mission is complete. Let's have a look. Oh wow, yeah, that's a bit different. There's a metal there. You can see the road that goes along here now, from down here. I don't. You possibly could drive to here. There is some shallower bits now, and banks and things. So there is a few bits and pieces now that are in better positions. There's some metal that can be recycled here. So that is job done. We gained a new mission. Restore the Woodsy oil well. Let's have a look where this is. So that's the Woodsy oil well. First part of the mission is to clear the area of objects, and then there'll be more to do for there as well. Probably power line, I would assume, needing connecting as well. But we've done a main mission, so we'll jump on a side mission next. Oh, there is a new side mission actually here. Repair the power line in the drained swamp. That's what we just said, to be fair. It's that one there. So yeah, that needs doing. We just need to connect power to it. Easy enough done. I'm not entirely sure where the power's going to come from to start with, to be fair. Where's the nearest power? Nowhere showing up as power, strangely. We know we've got to do that one. Where are we bringing it from? Ah, okay, we may need to do this first and then go down. There could be quite a lot of cable laying, I think, coming up, looking at that. Right. We've got 20 minutes or so. Next mission, find the private safe, return it to its owner. So, a private safe has been lost by lots of things. Let's have a look. A private individual has contacted us with a sensitive request. During the flooding and evacuation, he lost the safe. How do you lose a safe? Containing highly confidential information. He's willing to invest generously in our projects if we can recover it. Search the southwest area near the New Street Tunnel. If you find it, return it discreetly. This job is strictly under the radar. So there's something here we've got to grab and bring it back to there. Sounds really simple, other than that's a valley. There is a track running all the way along here. That is still really low down though. Although actually there's a way in here. You navigate the rocks. I think we can get to it. It's either that or a big crane perched here to bring it up. We have got, what have we got nearby? The big crane is here actually. Let's jump in our big crane and see if we can reach it from above. If we can, fantastic. If we can't, we'll have to try going in. But I think if we can get it from above, that would be the better option. Handy to have this here. We do need a vehicle to deliver it. I don't know if we've got one nearby, to be fair. That's something we'll have to look at in a minute. Although we could have it dangling on top of this if need be. And take it that way. Right, where are we going here? So the track leads left and along this ridge. Is that left here then? It is left here, isn't it? I'm just trying to see where the track actually is, as it's obviously an old track that's now grown over. It is here though. Safe is going to be small, that's the thing. We can avoid having to go through that down there, that's even better. Right, so it's down there. Think we can reach it from here. Would like to get a little bit more there if possible. I don't know if it's buried under rocks. We may need to move rocks out of the way first, maybe. Right, take the CD reversing up a little bit to it. I think it is buried. The only issue is it too low down? That's the only issue here. No, we can do it, it's fine. We can reach the rocks there, we can reach it. So, it is buried. So we're going to move some of the rocks first. I have that anchored down, haven't I? Yes. Saw them move a little bit and thought, oh, that's not fun. Right. More rocks. We've just got to try and get it out from where it is. Okay. This is tipping occasionally, it's panicking me every time it tips. Don't know how heavy that safe's going to be either, that's the other thing. Yeah, there's still a few more rocks to manoeuvre here. Lower this down just so we don't tip as much. Is that the safe? We've got it, that's the safe. Okay, it's actually really small to be fair. Do you know what would be perfect for this? The scout vehicle with trailer, the tiny one. That would be perfect for this. But it's a long way to drive it just to go and grab a safe. Where's this been delivered to? Is the question. There. Well, actually, we're not going to... We could hover it on the top of us, but we've got to get across all this. That's the thing. Whereas a scout with trailer probably would be ideal, to be honest. There's no quick way to get out of here. Saying that, maybe get across there potentially. Do you know what? Let's use the new vehicle. It's a bit of a drive, but I think let's use the new vehicle. So what we do, let's bring this over here. There is a new scout vehicle that's been added with a trailer that is different to the other one that's already in the game. So the other one in the game, the trailer is a flatbed. This isn't. So I think this would be quite fun to use as it is new. And it's probably the only time we'd use it, because we were saying that the actual trailer that's added to it isn't really that useful because it's tiny. But at the same time, something like this is ideal for it. So we're looking for the Malamute. There's the original scout with trailer. And as a flatbed, it's fine, but you don't have a crane. That makes things a little bit more awkward with it. Whereas this one has got a little trailer on the back. Can't carry very much. I think it's only 1 ton, yeah. But let's buy it as a new vehicle. We want to have all the vehicles, so it's fun to buy them. And then let's jump in it. It's a little bit of a drive, as I say, to go and pick this up. But I think for using something new, I think it'd be good fun to try and use. Malamute itself is a really good vehicle. And I do like to use different things where possible. There it is. Right. Let's head out. I haven't actually compared... Actually, hang on, good point. Garage for a second. I haven't actually compared the stats of the Malamute with the trailer to the Malamute itself. Which would be an interesting one. So that is a 4541. And it is the exact... it gains an extra bit of weight. It's 1 extra weight, that's it. Also, I think that's the diff lock is locked on. That diff lock or all-wheel drive, I think that one is actually. I don't know. I never tell the difference between the two symbols. One of them is locked on always. Although we always have them both on no matter what. So it doesn't really matter that it's locked, to be fair. Let's go and get to the crane, pick up this safe and deliver it. The Malamute itself is a really quick vehicle. It will have no issues the majority of the way. The only issue may be the bit where we have to pull the fuel trailer out of the hole. We've got to find a way around that, but other than that, that should be the only awkward bit. The rest of this should be plain sailing. I say this now and then we encounter a massive issue, but we shouldn't do. I think the added trailer on this though, compared to the other Scout with trailer, the other Scout with trailer is more awkward because it's got a longer flatbed trailer. This one's more part of the main vehicle itself, so you're not noticing it when you're turning. You don't have to worry about catching on anything. It's still more part of the main vehicle. It's just a lot less useful because of the size of the trailer. That's the only downside to it, I think, is the size of the trailer makes it a bit less useful in that respect. But then again, the flatbed one, we have used it, but it's awkward because it's so small, and also there's no crane, so you've still got to load it with something. It's ideal if, I suppose, if you're getting like metal beams from somewhere and take them to be delivered, because you can load them on the back of the crane and take them. But then if you're loading with a crane anyway, you might as well just grab the mule or the boron, load it with the back of them and drive there yourself. That's the issue, is how useful is it really when the mule and the boron and the trailblazer all do that same job. That's the issue we have with that kind of thing. I think they are the better versions, and the Scout with that kind of trailer isn't really that useful. This one changes the look of it a little bit as well. I wouldn't say makes it more useful, just makes it a bit different. That's the big thing. So we'll keep it on time now. We should get this mission complete before we finish. The rain's coming down first. It was raining when we first loaded in, and it's been sunshine most of the time, to be fair. Now it's raining again. For those that missed the start of the stream, and if you play RoadCraft and haven't seen, the new update went live, and you can now change the weather. You can toggle it on and off. So if you're not a fan of the rain, although it doesn't do anything to the ground or the surface or anything like that, just clean your vehicles, literally. So if you like clean vehicles, leave rain on. But you can now turn it off because there's lots of complaints that it rains too much on some of the maps. I don't really have that issue. It doesn't bother me so much. I like the fact it cleans the vehicles. Okay, we're getting to the business centre where we need to be. I want to check something. So, obviously the crane is over here. No, there's no other way, is there? I just wonder where this road led to, but there's no other way of really getting there. So, we need to kind of go through the kind of gap we've made here and head round. And then we'll have a double check of where we're taking it to, so I can't quite remember. Yeah. We may have to make a road here at some point to make this navigating this bit a bit easier. Well, we can fill in all these holes with sand, to be fair. But yeah, this will get worse if we have to keep using this. And if there's a forest base there, I would guess we're going to be using this route a little bit. We're not going to be able to fill that hole in. I don't think a 12-metre bridge will cover it either. I think it's longer than 12 metres. That's the thing. So we're better off making that bit there good and usable. To be fair. But it's nice we're going to use one of the new vehicles. We haven't managed to use the log forwarder or the... I thought that was the turning. It wasn't the turning. We haven't managed to use the log forwarder or the tree cutter, mainly because we haven't had a reason to just yet. But even if we don't get a reason, we'll try and use them hopefully next time, which will be Friday. This week seems really awkward. I keep forgetting what day it is because obviously the boy wasn't at school on Monday. So I keep forgetting days of the week because it feels like this should be on Mondays or Tuesdays back to school, but actually it's Wednesday. Okay, just along this edge, and we should see the crane coming up. Crane is there. There is our safe. So we'll quickly swap back to the crane. Pick up the safe, and we'll load it in the back of the Malamutes. As I say, there's other ways we can complete this mission. This is probably a little bit overkill the way we're doing it, but it's nice as a new vehicle. Although I don't know if I've driven the new vehicle close enough. Oh, I have got it close enough. Just a minute, we had. Can I swing it? Okay. Can't swing the safe round, strangely. I thought we could. It's in the back. There we go. Safe is in the back. I would have preferred to swing it, but there we go. Strap cargo, just to make sure it's safe. Right, where are we taking this to? We've got about 5 minutes, so this will probably be the last mission we can do today. So we've got to come back on ourselves, back through this awkward bit, and we're basically heading into the village here, aren't we? The town that we connected to. Okay, I would like to turn around if we can. But at least we're going to use one of the new vehicles. But yeah, we'll have to just cut some trees down and see how it handles stuff next time. I would assume we'll have a need for logs at some point. It just hasn't come up as of yet. Or if we need a road and clear the trees out of the way the road may be. There's a normal use we have quite a lot of the time. But yeah, this handles pretty well. I like the train on the back. I think it looks quite fun. As I say, the tray itself, other than this kind of thing, and we could have used something different, but this is about the only thing it's useful for, I'd say. It's not even worth putting recycling stuff in it, it's too small. There's other options that can carry a lot more and will be more useful for doing that than this. But it's good fun. That's the thing. It has still got a winch. It can still tow vehicles as well. So all the other capabilities they had previously are still there. It's just got added benefit of a little trailer on the back. Okay, back into the little village, and then we're just going to find the house to take this to, and then another mission complete. I think we've done quite a few missions today. It's always deceiving how much we've completed, but I think we have. A few vehicles there that can be recycled if we wanted to. Let's unstrap this quickly. It will take it while strapped sometimes, but it's easier not to. That is the safe delivered. The private safe has been returned to its owner, and that is job done. And just as we finish and are out of time as well. So next stream of RoadCraft will be what day of the week? It's Friday. And we've just completed a side mission, so we'll go back to Maine and we'll do the Northern Swamp next. We just need to deliver the pump to it. It's going to be an interesting one to see how we get to be fair. Because obviously this water's quite deep. I'm not 100% sure of our route just yet. Be interesting to see our best way there, to be honest. Don't know if there may be something here. It's not knowing how deep it is a problem. Although we haven't got a scout vehicle, it could be a case we just throw it down there and see if we can get through. And if it's too deep, it's too deep. I'm not lost out, really. Maybe something to look at next time. Let's head back to the main menu, though. I want to see how much we've done of this map so far. We started the day on 13%, but we have completed 1/3 of the story part. I'm still really noticing, I'm really hoping the DLC that comes out in March, they bring her back. But the lady who normally talks us through the missions, there's a big problem not having her here. The world doesn't feel as alive, the missions don't feel as immersive, because you haven't got that person talking to you about them. I think they've messed up massively by not having her in the DLC. Hopefully they bring her back. But Washout, we started at 13%, 30% now, so that's 17% done today. We've completed 6 of the 24 infrastructure requests, 9 of 32 main objectives, and 4 of 11 side objectives, and 1/3 of it has been done. We've still got the whole left-hand side of the map to explore as well. I didn't realise that, but yeah, still one whole of the left-hand side, a little bit of middle to explore as well. But I think we've made good progress today. 17% complete, as I say, is pretty good. And we've got to use one of the new vehicles as well, which is quite handy. So the only thing we've got to figure out is the forest base. We've got to find out where we get concrete slabs from. That's the thing that's going to cause a bit of an issue, unless we can find them laying around. But we shall see. But a massive thank you for you guys for today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. Don't miss tonight, 8 PM GMT. We start the vote for next main live stream game. There'll be a choice of 4. The top 2 will go through to the final vote, with the second vote taking place next week for the other 4 options, just because we're limited how many options you guys can now have. And tomorrow we're back in Ghost of Yotai as we continue on with Atsu's Path of Revenge. RoadCraft is back Friday morning, as usual, as well. So once again, thank you for today. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for Ghost of Yotai, or Friday for RoadCraft's DLC, the Rebuild DLC. If not, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you in live stream very soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.